Hello and welcome to another episode of The Kennel. Today we're back from our sort of mini hiatus due to the end of Ramadan, and to those celebrating Eid Mubarak to everyone. And we hope you had a good Eid, and if you don't celebrate, feel free next Ramadan to ask us all about it. But I'm not going to get into that. Today we are going to review all of the games of round 3, and we've got a couple of new segments that we're going to be talking about as well. We're going to have Barry of the Week, which is the dumbest or the worst play or the worst decision of the week. We have Defensive Player of the Week. We're going to have Attacking Player of the Week, and then we're also going to review our tips to see how bad we went or how good we went, and then we're going to have some game reviews. And what we're also going to do when we talk about tip reviews of the week is I'm going to call out anyone that actually tipped the right score for the subsequent Bulldogs game, and we've got a couple of great calls that were made before the game, but we'll get to that in a minute. But before we do any of that, I need to first welcome back my trusty co-host Zaatar. Dibbo isn't here today, unfortunately, but he will be here on Tuesday. Welcome, Dibbo.
Dibbo.
Zaatar.
Got enough great
Sorry,
guys.
I want Dibbo back. I don't want this guy here.
He's gone. He's been dropped from the podcast. Now I'm good to be back and keen to get into these games. Some good games this week. On the back of what I think is a slow competition.
Yeah, first 3 weeks have been like, I think teams are still feeling each other out. Even like, I think from a refereeing perspective, we're still figuring out what constitutes 6 again, what doesn't constitute 6 again. Figuring out like this new rule about you have to have both hands up when you jump for the ball. What the hell is that shit?
Yeah, you have to jump up with 2 hands and...
Bro,
we could spend a lot of time talking about that.
But you know that rule, I swear to God, it was made by a hamar sitting behind a desk that's never picked up a footy before.
I think it was made by a suit. I don't think it was made by... I don't think any outside backs were consulted into that.
Bro, I don't think any player was consulted. That is honestly such a shit
Probably
rule.
just a forward.
Bro, even a forward will tell you that's a dumb rule. Like, what is that rule, bro?
It makes no sense. I've got more issues with the 6 again, and I think we're seeing the fruits of it this weekend. There was a few sin bins.
Look, there were a few sin bins, but I also thought some referees knew how to control the game well. We'll get into that. But overall, as you say, it's a bit of a slow start. But I think there are teams that are still slowly getting into their groove. Like I think the Bulldogs, aren't anywhere near their best. I think. The Panthers, even though they're playing well, I don't think they're even there at their best. The Roosters, I think, definitely have a lot to improve on. Like they've been smashed now 2 of the 3 games. So look, there's a lot for us to talk about today. But we are going to start first with our first new segment, which is the tip review of the week. Now, I didn't do as well this week as I did last week. So last week I got 6 of 8. This week Man, I'll be honest with you, I'm not very happy with how I did. So I tipped, obviously the Dogs, the Panthers, I tipped the Storm, I tipped the Warriors, I tipped the Sharks, I tipped the Tigers, I tipped the Dragons, and I tipped the Titans. So I got a total of 1, 2, 3. I got 3 out of 8 this week.
So... a bit tipping controversy. Dibbo called out before because I changed my tip last minute.
But you can't do that. You're accountable to the people. You're accountable to the people.
Get listed. It worked against me because I ended up tipping the Titans, and I lost.
But according to the Kennel tip, you chose the Cowboys.
I chose the Cowboys. So if we're looking at that, I got the Cowboys, I got the Panthers, I got the Warriors. And the Tigers and Cowboys. So 5 for 8.
Tigers lost, Habibi.
I didn't get the Tigers then, so I got 4 for 8. That is horrible.
Yeah, you got 4.
That is horrible.
I got 3, bro.
On that game, the Tigers Rabbitohs game, I knew I had tipped the Tigers when I was watching it, but I just didn't want them to win. I think I've got like a deep hatred for the Tigers that needs to be explored with a psychologist. So any psychologists out there, hit me up because I couldn't justify it. Like every time they ran the ball, and I was like, I hope they drop it. Every time Dewey kicked, I was like, I hope he gets smashed. Every time they jumped up for a catch, I was just hoping they drop it. Every time they crossed the try line, I hope they fumbled it. I just didn't want them to win. It's not a healthy hatred. It's very much not healthy.
You heard it here, guys. Zaatar has psychological issues.
Reach out.
And if you love watching his psychological issues, be sure to like the video, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Make sure you check us out on our socials. This episode is brought to you by Equity Assets Finance. They are the leaders in the biz of getting you quick loans, Sharia compliant loans, loans that aren't as arduous to achieve, especially if you have a smaller business that's been operating for a couple of years and you need some machinery or you need some work or you need some money to get your business going. Equity Asset Finance are the people to go to. I'll leave the details down below in the description for Equity Assets Finance. Give Adnan a call. I guarantee if you need the money, he'll help you get it and he'll help you make sure that you stay on top of it as well. Now, without any further ado, we are both going to review Dibbo's calls. Now, if you guys saw it on Instagram, right? Dibbo is a Dragon supporter, but he tipped the Eels. That's a courageous tip. He tipped against his team. And
we could quote him directly verbatim. Dragons are a stupid team.
Yeah, that's literally what he says in the WhatsApp chat every single time. It's like the Dragons are a stupid team. So he tipped the Dogs, he tipped the Panthers, he tipped the Storm, obviously got that wrong. He tipped the Warriors, he tipped the Sharks, he tipped the Rabbits, the Eels and the Cowboys. So he actually got 6 out of 8, which is very impressive. Very impressive.
It was a good round. There was a few surprises in the results this week.
It was honestly, it was a shit round of footy. Like
I enjoyed it.
Not a shit round of footy in terms of
just on the tip.
Just on the tips. You know, to be honest, talking about the Tigers, I actually didn't want the Rabbitohs to win. I thought the Tigers were better for a majority of that game.
I told you I can't justify it. There's no evidence to my hatred.
I think it's like me and the Broncos. I just can't justify why I hate them so much. So, all right. So our tips weren't great. If you want the opportunity to have your name up there with us in the tip every week, you know, so you can share your tip with us. What we're going to do over the next couple of weeks is we're building a system where we're going to try and have one of our Kennel fans on the tipping sheet with us every single week. It's just a little bit of fun, just gives you a chance to interact with us a little bit more, gives us a chance to interact with you guys a little bit more. Plus, what we're going to be doing in a couple of weeks as well is we're actually going to be offering a prize for the person who gets the tip correct. So if you, in the call, right, in the score prediction or in the tipping, whatever, you predict the Dogs game correctly, you will win a voucher, whether it's $50 or $100 of Amazon or to a restaurant or something like that. This will be happening in the next couple of weeks, and it's something just to, you know, keep us getting engaged, keep the interaction happening. I do want to call out someone on Facebook. He actually guessed the score for the Bulldogs against the Raiders, literally to a T. So if I can just find it, give me a second. I'll get to it. This was actually, honestly, I had never really seen that happen before. As
we've got a clairvoyant in the chat.
This guy, like, I mean, I know it was a lucky guess, but just quickly, where is it? I just have to find it because there's so many. Like I put up the Kennels predict the score, and I actually had so many comments. I was blown away by the amount of comments that we had. So we might do this.
There was some crazy guesses when I was looking into that.
I'll read some out. Actually, I'm gonna read some out.
You look into that, but there was some guesses of like 40 to 20.
I'm
not sure if they checked the weather map. On that, actually, I was this close to going to the game, guys. This close. Things played out, couldn't make it, but we'll check in the weather the whole day. And every single weather forecast said clearing showers. Clearing showers. I think Rando on his podcast with Hello Sport was saying clearing showers 0 to 5 mils.
Check the weather rained for like 5 hours straight.
I've never seen rain that heavy.
It was torrential rain, bro.
It was horrible. I was watching some Winston Neville's content coming up from there. There's some Raider fan content from GIO Stadium. It was leaking in places that shouldn't be leaking.
It was a shithouse stadium, according to.
Oh, he's 100% right.
And look, you know, Seraldo needed stitches. So
I think he punched the window, though.
Honestly, I think he saw Salmon throw shit past and punch the window. I wish he didn't have those pictures of me.
That little juggle at the end on like I think it was the second last tackle that Salmon was taking. That little juggle. I reckon he punched the window then and there.
But it was Mitch Davo. He actually guessed that, and I made sure that this guess was before the game. right?
Did he edit his comment?
No, you could see 14-10. Mitch Davo, what a guess. If we were giving out a prize, I would have given this person a prize, but we haven't started it yet. But I promise we will start it in a couple of weeks, and some of the prizes are going to be quite good. So keep an eye out on that on our Facebook page or our Instagram page. We did have some people, as Zaatar said, make some really crazy calls. 40-0 the Bulldogs way. 32-10 Bulldogs way, 36-12. So it's a lot of the calls were quite hopeful.
To be honest, like some of the chat with me and my brothers was they were all like tipping a close game. I was one of 4 brothers that stood up very confidently, tipping a 40-6 win, expecting a smashing, and I was very disappointed as soon as Tamale crossed over in the 3rd minute.
It was, and to be honest, we were so close to going to that game. We actually bought tickets.
Yeah,
we actually bought tickets. We were going to that game, but it turned out to be Eid. It was literally raining cats and dogs, and
too much chaos on the day.
Yeah, it was.
But
just
the next one. We're looking at the schedule. There's going to be a Melbourne game that we'll probably go down to in July.
100%. But we're going to the Knights game in Accor Stadium.
Yeah, that's at the Core Stadium. So,
and the Good Friday game.
Yeah, 3 p.m. and then I think
4 p.m. on a Friday. Yeah,
Friday game.
But yeah, so all right, so they're the predictions. We're gonna do this every week. So get onto that. I will put the links down below actually to our Instagram and our Facebook. To the predictions, so you can go there, tip it every week. We're gonna put it out. We're gonna get so much, like, we want to engage with you guys, get you guys, and honestly, like, if we see some good calls and stuff like that happening, we'll bring you guys on. You can send us a video of your calls. We might start doing stuff like that, just because, you know, it's the only way to really engage with you guys. We love this so much. Now, we are going to move on to our next segment. Zaatar, if you have nothing else to say. We're going to talk about today, this is the Barry of the Week segment. So Barry of the Week is pretty much, it's the Barry Crocker of the week. A really poor decision by a player or by a referee or by admin or just a really shocking play. And I think Zaatar and I sort of agree that we have to both say the same one.
Yeah, 100%. There was a few like play decisions that like we questioned, like why'd you throw that pass? Why'd you push that kick? Things like that, but I think the refereeing takes the cake. The one call in particular,
it stands out above the rest as the worst call of the weekend, and that was the penalty try to Parramatta.
100%.
Like, honestly, I look at it and I just think to myself, are your eyes painted on? Like, what do you do with these two things that are attached to your head? Like, what are they for? What are your pupils? What do you use your pupils for, cuz? Like, Habibi, the video is right in front of you. He said that there was no one in front of him other than the illegal defender. Habibi, where the Dragons player was right there. He was in front of him. How did you give that a try? How is that a penalty try?
Especially with Gutho sweeping out the back.
Like, that's what I mean.
Every other penalty try we've ever witnessed in history, bar this one, there should be no opportunity. Like, the opportunity has to be taken away from the player to score, like by the illegal player in that case. I can't even remember his name. Took him out. There should be no one in front of him in the try line. Gutho was right there, involved in the tackle. It's gone up to the bunker. There's at least like 4 people or at least 2 people in the bunker, plus the referee, plus the 2 touches. So we have to accept the fact that in NRL, in the modern era, $13 million salary cap, something crazy, each club spends. The refs are well paid, I assume.
Yeah, they would be.
And 5 people couldn't make one decision correctly.
Bro, in 2027, we're going for a new deal, all right, that's apparently going to be worth $3 billion. And we still can't get stupid calls like this correct. Honestly, what are we doing?
Do you know if it was a call that didn't involve the bunker? Play on, in my opinion. Like, refs will get stuff wrong on the fly. High pressure environment, they'll get stuff wrong on the fly. But bunker shouldn't.
But I mean, that's what pisses even the players off. It's like, dude, the video's there. What did you miss about the fact that Gutho was sweeping around and would have impacted the play? Whether he would have knocked the ball out, twisted him over, held him up. We've seen more courageous tackles made. Like, you look at some of the tackles that Connor Tracy made, you think 100% that he's going to score. Yeah. And then somehow they lost the ball or he's made a tackle. There's no way, if you take actually both those things, right? The fact that Gutho was coming around and what we saw from Connor Tracy on Thursday night, you could say that Gutho wasn't going to stop that try. There's no way you can say by 100% certainty that Gutho wouldn't have stopped that try.
With penalty tries, it doesn't even require that much evidence. Like just a player being there, it could have been the biggest forward that we've ever seen in our lives just standing there, and too slow to even move and react to Pezzett. It would have been called back. There's no way it would have been called a try. It would have been a sin bin, which the way the Dragons played would have impacted them.
Yeah,
arguably even worse. But we don't know that, because the call was taken out of their hands.
I mean, that's what I was saying to a Dragons fan. I was like, look, would you rather 6 points or lose the player for 10 minutes and potentially concede 2 to 3 tries? Look, either way, that comparison shouldn't have been there, because I think it was Jade. I think maybe it would have been Saw that held him back, but it wasn't even like that bad of an impact. It would have just maybe been a penalty. Like to punish the team that badly for something that was, I think, a little bit inconsequential or not as consequential, and definitely not deserving of a penalty try. Like, honestly, man, I know we give the refs a hard time, but that was bad from the video.
It's different between the bunker and the ref. Like the ref, like sometimes the emotion of it gets you. But high pressure environment, people make mistakes.
100%.
But the bunker that's sitting there in a fancy air conditioned office, suit and tie, reviewing
8 cameras, like
all these different cameras, all these different videos, the ability to wind things back, slow it down frame by frame, which we've seen frame by frame. It doesn't really work where they take tries away. Like where a finger's like on the ball, not on the ball, whatever it is. But for this to be a sin bin, not a sin bin, a penalty try, is demoralizing to the other team.
Can you imagine this happens in a finals? Like my thinking is, does this become a precedent now? Like, do we start seeing penalty tries every week? Does it become a precedent? Like, that's the worst thing about this really poor decision by the bunker. And do you know, like, to be honest with you, they were talking about some technology where they were able to talk about forward passes, right? Where they were able to rule on forward passes. Why can't the bunker rule on a forward pass? Like, honestly, that pass that Jordan Samrani threw for that try...
There was 2 of them.
Bro, they weren't just forward. They were, like, almost intentionally forward.
Yeah.
Like, you could have blown a penalty against Parramatta for that. Like, yeah, honestly. We're going to get to, like, it just... Like, what's the point of the bunker if they're making these dumb mistakes and then can't rule on things like forward passes? Anyway, I'm not... Bro, it's early in the year. I'm not going to lose my shit straight away about the refs, because... Bro, it was just bad. It was just bad. Were there any other calls that you thought were Barry's? Or any other plays?
Not specifically. I've just got a massive issue with the 6 again. Which is not Barry, just the new rules that we have to accept, that 6 agains are going to get blown from the 20-meter mark, which I semi-disagree with, because you kind of, like, if anyone watches the game close enough, I might be a conspiracy theorist over here, but you could see when there's an infringement just before the 20, you know the next play is going to be called as a 6 again. And then they're just inconsistent. Like, there's a few games this week where you see players, I'm not sure, like, what the timing is. Is it just optics? Like, is the ref making the call on laying in the ruck based on optics, or is there a science to it? Because you see some players sleeping on some others, and then the very next tackle, if they're not up within 2 seconds, it's blown 6 again. So I'm not sure what the consistency is, and they seem to kind of balance out by the end of the game, like the ref's keeping a mental note of it, which stresses me out as a fan, because I know if we've won 3 or 4 6 agains, it's going to come back and bite us.
Yeah, you remember back in the day, the refs got caught out for using the House Trent keyword to figure out if the penalty count was lopsided, and then they would start balancing it out. Do you remember that? That was crazy when they got found out.
I still think that's a psychological thing. Even if it's not like direction from above, I don't think they're that. I think they're quite impartial. But
I don't think refs are cheaters.
I just think it's a psychological thing.
Other than Ashley Klein, I think Ashley Klein's a grog. But overall,
I just don't think they want to be seen as favouring one team over the other. So mentally, they start ignoring certain things. Like after you've given 6 against to a certain team, namely Melbourne Storms, you start holding back and giving it to the other team.
Well, no, but I think like who's the ginger ref? I forgot what his name is. I thought he did a good job this week of controlling the game, and when it got out of control, he sin binned some players. I thought that was good. I thought Adam G for the Bulldogs Raiders game was not having any. It was not taking any shit, and I thought he didn't call too many 6 agains, especially in the wet weather. He let the ball flow, the game flow, and I really thought he did a good job. But people will say, "Oh, he carried us," which is like, you know, whatever.
We'll get to that because I've got some nice words to say to those guys.
But you know who I do want to give a Barry to?
Yeah.
The whole freaking Sharks team. The whole Sharks team.
God.
Bro,
Talk about relegation.
how do you go from smashing the Titans by 50 to getting pumped?
Bottom 8 bashers. Bottom 8 bashers, that's what they are. Bottom 8
Yeah,
bullies.
look. Dolphins aren't top 8.
Now they are.
Dolphins, they barely beat the Titans,
Now they are.
right? But they came out and, bro, they actually pumped the Sharks. Like, the Sharks had nothing. Like, did they get cocky after one good win?
No, the Sharks just turned off in that game at 60 minutes and just went to sleep. Like, they might as well have gone to the sheds.
Yeah, but how is that acceptable for a team
It's not.
that is supposed that? Bro,
It's
their
not. More
team is so good.
Should be good.
Bro, their roster is good. I don't care what anyone says. They've got a great roster. What the hell's going on?
Just general laziness across the park, in my opinion.
Bro,
some of them take there's a couple plays in that team. We'll get to it in the review,
Yeah.
but like some of those guys take like 5 seconds, 6 seconds to get up and play the ball. It's like, get up.
the whole team, the whole Sharks team, Big Barry.
And we'll get to it, but Nico Hines was running in slow motion.
Bro, he might as well. Anyway, so that's the Barry of the week. Defensive plays of the week. I think we've got 2. They are from the same game, so we are Doggy supporters.
Yeah, not being biased, but like you can't deny Connor Tracy. Both those plays, especially the last one where Ethan Sanders running on an angle, takes a step off his right foot, steps back inside.
Accelerates.
Connor Tracy coming through was still able to change his position and still drop a shoulder and get him onto the floor. But just behind him, the great Maxwell King. Greatest prop in the game.
Maxwelleth Kingeth. Father of Hercules.
I'd rather he be king of Australia than king. Who's our king at the
Maxwell Abu Hercules King.
moment? Bro,
I'm going to call him Abu Hercules from now on.
like, it's not too often you see props.
That's great, bro. Honestly.
Like, he might not be the biggest body and he might give me heart attacks every second week when he gets dragged back as a forward. But he does, like, he's there in those plays.
Abu Hercules.
Cleaning up on the back of Connor Tracy. Like, if Connor Tracy was to miss, Maxwell King was still there. He wouldn't have got the tackle. I don't think he would have got the tackle.
But he was there.
But he was there in that play.
He was there. Abu Hercules. You heard it here.
He did really well.
I have to call out another one from the same game, and I don't think he gets enough credit. And I know all the noise was around Bronson Sherry, but Inari Tuala and Montoya on that side did a great job. Like, I have to say, sure, we didn't get many meters out of Inari, and I don't think it was the type of game where you would get big meters out of anyone. But Inari Tuala's defense, there was a couple of tries there that I think they would have scored had Inari Tuala not been there and made some of those desperate tackles. So for me, simply because it's so under the radar, I have to say that was fantastic by Inari Tuala, and I have to call that out because it was great. I mean, honourable mentions, I've got to say the Rabbitohs defended quite well against the Tigers. The Tigers had 6 or 7 sets on their in their 20, and the Rabbitohs defended admirably. I think the Broncos as well in the second half defended very well against the Storm.
I think the Rabbitohs in their game, like the whole team, I think they defended close to 20 tackles in a row.
It was crazy. It was very
thank you,
good.
6 against.
It was more than 20, bro. I'm telling you, it was way more than 20.
And they didn't break.
Nah, that was great defense.
They should have broke, but they didn't.
Yeah, it was great. But I think the defensive play of the week goes to Connor Tracy with a couple of honourable mentions, including one to Tuala. But I mean, Tracy, he saved, I think there were 3 driving-saving tackles that he made, and a 4th that you could probably attribute to him as well. Yeah. It reminds me of the game against Penrith where we lost 8-6. That's the same type of performance that we saw from Tracy. Now we've got the attacking play of the week, just something that stood out for us. I'll let you go for the attacking play of the week.
Izzy Katoa against the Premiership heavyweights in the Sharks. That spiral cutout pass. I'm not sure if you guys know that I used to be a halfback back in my day. Not easy. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, halfback, yeah.
I've got the body of a halfback.
Oh, Jonathan Thurston.
Peter Morgan.
Who's Peter Morgan?
No, wrong. Player.
Michael Morgan?
Michael Morgan.
All right, bro,
I
calm
know I
down.
got to Peter.
He didn't even have the right name. Anyway, yeah. So
just that spiral pass, left to right. It had every chance of being intercepted. It was high enough not to be intercepted. It was quick enough not to be intercepted.
Bro, that-
it didn't look like he was going to throw a 20-meter pass left to right. It looked like he was going to go. I didn't think he was going to go to the man inside him or just outside him. I thought he was going to go one over. No, he just went straight to the sideline.
Bro.
And it was the perfect height, the speed, the weight, and the positioning of the pass, which is like sometimes I've got some issues with Bailey Hayward. That positioning of the pass, it didn't land on the guy's chest. It landed in front of him
where he needed
enough
that,
for
yeah.
him to run onto it.
Bro, it looked like he had, honestly, that ball had come out of a freaking cannon. Like, that was...
You know those machines where they like the baseballs and
Yeah,
the cricket balls and all
yeah,
that? It looked like it came out of one of those.
Bro, and the thing is, like, the way he contorted his arms to throw that pass, like, it's not his natural side.
Yeah.
And the way he just, like, I was just like, bro, I was like, did we just see it? Do you know what's weird? Is the last time I remember a pass like that being thrown left to right, I swear to God, 21 years ago by Tim Smith for the Eels in 2005. Do you remember Tim Smith?
I remember him. I don't remember the pass you're talking about.
I think it was against the Dragons. Bro, he threw this pass left to right, and I remember saying back then, this guy's one of the best halves I've ever seen. That pass, he threw it left to right, but he was a natural left-hander, so it was a natural pass for him. But it was still like a brilliant pass. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, if anyone knows about the Tim Smith pass that I'm talking about, like, put it in the comments below, because it was a great pass, that pass in 2005, and I want to compare it to the Easy Katoa pass because it was such a good pass, that pass.
It was so good.
Bro, it was brilliant. Like, that was fantastic. So, look, definitely attacking play of the week. I want to give an honourable mention to someone who you have been shitting on for a while.
I've never shut on anyone in my life.
Ever. And a lot of people have questioned, a lot of Doggy supporters have questioned. I actually want to give a shout out to Bailey Hayward's play. The one, the try that he set up for Preston, or not set up for Preston, but that led to the Preston try.
Yeah.
So Burden sweeps around. Hayward goes to the right, cuts the markers in half, passes inside to Connor Tracy. Just to be clear, Billy Slater showed a clip on Channel 9 about the last, he remembers where that came from. And the person who executed that 10 years ago or whatever was Cameron Smith. Now, I'm not saying Bailey Hayward is our Cameron Smith, but...
It sounds like you are. Bailey Hayward equals Cameron Smith.
I think he's going to be better than Cameron Smith. How about that? He's better than Cameron Smith and Harry Grant. How about that?
Well, he plays for a better team.
How about that? No, but like, Cameron Smith is the best number 9 we've ever seen, and Harry Grant is fast sort of becoming the best, one of the best 9s we've seen.
Without a premiership. But
Hayward, for him to execute that in the 70th minute, I think, or the late 60s, right? For him to execute that and still make so many tackles and attack so calmly and make the right decisions, for me, justifies what Seraldo and the team saw in Bailey Hayward. Because now, in two games in a row, we've seen Bailey Hayward make the right decisions, right? From 9. I'm not saying Marnie wouldn't have made them. I'm just saying that Bailey Hayward is proving to be able to make the right decisions when they need to be made to get his team the win. Like that pass to Critter, right? 20-meter bullet pass back to your captain to give him enough time to kick the goal against the Dragons in Vegas after defending for 90 minutes at hooker, and then to make that call. Like, again, I'm not saying that Marnie couldn't have done the same thing, but I don't think he would have. And I think Hayward is proving to us as 9 that he's killing it. Honestly, I don't think Hayward's getting
about killing it.
Bro, he is. Come on.
He's doing his job.
Nah, bro.
Truly, sometimes. I'm a bit more...
Nah.
I'm a bit harsher than you. It was a good
You just
play.
don't want to eat your words.
I will never eat my words. I'll live and die.
Why are you fasting? No. But yeah, so they're the sort of they're the little segments that we've got. I know we've sort of gone on a little bit, but I love this. So we've talked about the barrier of the week, the defensive play of the week, the attacking play. We've reviewed our tips. Now we're going to get into the game reviews proper, and we're going to start with the Dogs versus the Raiders. Now, I'll start with you, Dibbo. What did you think?
Oh, Dibbo.
Zaatar.
I'm just saying. Dogs Raiders. It was a stressful game. I'll give you that. Before I get into my thoughts, I'm probably addressing my thoughts in calling out some of the chat online. Like immediately after the game, every single hater came out of the woodworks. Probably Sharks and Roosters supporters, in my opinion, came out talking about how there was a lack of ball in play. But when you actually look at how much ball in play there was, it's actually comparable to the Roosters game, comparable to the Melbourne game, comparable to the Roosters game, not the Roosters game, like all the other games of the weekend, essentially. It was in play 55, 56 minutes. Not many other teams had any higher than that or any lower than that. It's pretty consistent. Also, I want to call out the penalties. Like, it wasn't, like, there was maybe one or two calls that I was like, man, come on, Adam. Like, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But, like, don't go out with swinging arms and shoulders into people's heads and you'll be fine. Like, the set restarts, they kind of balanced out by the end of the game. Like, I think it was end up being like 5 apiece or whatever. But for every single person that came out of the woodworks just, like, talking about how we were gifted this game and not talking about the fact that we had 91% completion in the wet, it was absolutely hammering down, and not talking about the Raiders. The Raiders' completion was pretty good. Like, they dropped the ball a bit. Nothing too crazy, but 77% completion from them in the wet.
In torrential rain.
It wasn't like just the 0 to 5 mils that was expected.
Yeah.
It was raining the whole game. Like when they ran out the second half and the Fox camera panned out and you couldn't actually see the players. And there was a goal kick from Crichton where, or it may have been the Raiders player, and the Fox camera played a replay and Vossi was talking to it, but you couldn't actually see it because of the rain.
Yeah, that's right.
There was that much rain. It was just a very high quality game in terms of defensive grip from both teams. I thought the style of play from both teams, it wasn't that they packed up the ball and just kicked to corners. They still pushed a few offloads, a few risky passes, a few questionable kicks. They took a bit more of a dry weather approach to the game. So overall, I thought it was a good game. I'm disappointed in sort of some of the execution from the Dogs. But I am very happy with the defense, obviously. But I've still got a lot of concerns with ball in play. Like, what are we actually doing with the ball? Because that first try from Crichton, I thought that was a beauty. Him sweeping out the back. Even if he didn't just pass it to Tracy, there was still 2 people. Like, we had an overlap of 3 people. So I saw glimpses of the attack, Bailey Hayward's play. I thought that was really nice. Like, I remember jumping up and screaming. It looked really nice, right? Just not seeing enough of it. Still, 22 more games for us in the season, so still some time to go. But overall, I thought it was a high-quality game for all the Roosters fans and the Sharks fans that came out of the woodworks. Sorry to say, but ball and play was there for quite a bit. We weren't gifted the game. The Raiders actually won the penalty count in the second half, or the set restart count. And just don't go out swinging with your arms and shoulders, and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, like, look, I want to agree with you there. I think, people are saying, the ref gifted it and they had Adam G wearing a, Bulldogs jersey or whatever. And look, fair enough, you can have your opinion or whatever, but no one's going to care about it because it just seemed like people didn't watch the game. The Bulldogs were very, very disciplined, and I think the Bulldogs are still a little bit scarred from last year and the year before where we've struggled in the rain, and they came out today to prove that, we can play good footy in the rain. That does mean that our attack will have to be a little bit more conservative. But it also means that we're super disciplined. 91% in torrential rain is really, really good. So I'm not too disappointed with the performance. You got to remember, we beat the Raiders 14-10 at home in Canberra in torrential rain, and they were the minor premiers last year. They were an excellent team. Sure, they're missing, Fogarty or whatever, but they've got a good young half. So for me, I'm really impressed with the performance. We're sort of 3 from 3 now, if you include the bye. And we've got a severely depleted Knights team at Ackle Stadium on Saturday. I'm not saying that you know what, the season's going to be a smooth sailing. But so far, so good. We won 7 in a row last year to begin. I don't know if we're going to win 7 in a row, but if we win 4 of our first 4, right, I will be over the moon. I will be over the moon. And to be honest, the only team that is better defensively than us is the Panthers.
I think the Panthers are in their own comp.
Yeah, they are 100%. I think but I'm not talking about the Panthers. Right? We'll get to that. I'm saying the Dogs defensively are continuing on from where they finished off last year, and that is they are continuing to defend well. Their attack hasn't clicked yet, and I don't think the attack is going to click that quickly.
I'll challenge you on that point. I think it should have. I think we should see more from their attack, especially on the back of Vegas and coming into Canberra. I don't think collectively 4 tries we've scored. Like Thomas Jenkins has scored more.
Scored 8 tries.
Yeah, like he scored more than us. But regardless, I think 4 tries is like we can't use the excuse of we're building into it. Like we are naturally going to be building into it, and a lot of teams are going to be focused on defensive efforts, even if the scoreboard doesn't reflect it for most teams at the moment. Like a lot of those defensive areas and all the effort areas are going to be the focus for most teams. But like with Matt Burton in the team, Kickout, Crichton, Galvin, who else is on our edge? I can't even remember our team. Bailey Haywood. I know Leo Thompson's out, but like there's a few attacking weapons in that team that in the Panthers system we're scoring, in the Tigers system we're scoring. In our system seem to not be scoring. So like questions need to be asked about what were they doing in the preseason. And it could be something that they're building into, and it's just a coaching directive not to give two stuffs about it at the moment.
So I'm going to push back on that. I'll tell you why. So firstly, this was our first game in 3 weeks, right? We had 3 weeks off. Maybe it's not an excuse, maybe it is, but you have to take into context that this was our first game in 3 weeks. It was in torrential rain, right? Torrential rain, it's very hard to attack, right? The other thing is, you got to understand the Bulldogs are coming in with a poor record in the rain. So they were going to play conservative always. That's the thing. It was a very heavy track because of how wet it was. The other thing was Lachlan Galvin was in hospital with an infection for 2 days just before the Raiders game. So yes, our attack needs to be better. Yes, we need to improve in a lot of areas. I am, however, not too disappointed that we are 3 from 3 going into face.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
The Knights. As for this game, I thought Burton had a great game.
I was just going to ask you who stood out for you in this game.
Like, people keep saying Burton's not a 6, Burton's not a 6, Burton's not a 6. Burton's kicking game is, honestly, I think one of the best in the game.
See, that's what I'm going to challenge you on. Like, Burton is a fantastic
Before I finish,
all right. Crap all over your opinion.
Before I finish, calm your farm. And I thought he was trying to run the ball a lot more. He's starting to show different parts of his game that I think we haven't seen for a long time, which is running the ball out of dummy half, picking it up and running, right? Getting, like, for example, there was almost a break on the left edge where he got the ball and he could have passed and then he ran and it was a half break, right? There was a tackle break, there was a half break. Again, there's so many options or so many different things that we're seeing Burton add to his game. But you can't deny that his kicking game was fantastic. He kicked 400 meters in the first half, bro.
Yeah.
It was he kicked a 40-20. He kept...
That was beautiful as well.
It was a really nice 40-20. He keeps the team on the front foot with his pinpoint accuracy, the height of his kicks, all these different things. He's a master at the kicking game. He's just a master. And I remember there was an effort there where they sort of had us in our 20. And then they throw the ball to Burton and he kicks it
to their 20.
To their 10, bro. Like, this is... like the problem, the good thing about this, or the thing about this is, like, you can't train this. You can't build this up. This is like natural born ability. And my concern with the Burton Galvin connection is not that they don't have a connection or they're not good players. It's that you've got 2 6s playing in the halves. And I think
that's where I was going to. Yeah.
I think that's our problem. Not that either of these players are ineffective or bad in any way. Like, if you ask me, I think the Doggies should do with Burton what the Rabbitohs have done with Latrell Mitchell. They've got a $1.2 million player playing on one wing or in one centre, and they've got a $1 million player playing in another centre in Jack Whiten. Sure, it's taking up a lot of the salary cap, but Latrell still does a lot of the kicking, especially because he's got a big boot.
100%. I 100% agree with you there.
I think now that Sherry has spat the dummy, right, or spit the dummy, and
we should speak about Cherry.
I will. But I'm just saying, there's an opportunity there to test Galvin and Sean O'Sullivan in the halves with Burden at right centre, Critter at left, and see how we go with that attack.
I'd love to see it because it's very evident, well, for me anyway. Like when you look at, so I'm obviously going to compare to the Panthers because they're the best team that we've seen in, I'd say,
50 years. 60 years, yeah.
Like absolutely crazy.
I would say, honestly, not to interject, but I would say they are the best team we've ever seen. I don't really think very...
100%.
I don't think very highly of that St. George team that won 11 in a row or whatever.
I think it's a very different comp. Yeah, it's a very different comp.
Yeah. That's why I say the best team ever.
With them, like, they're not a team that's known for scoring 50, 60 points, but they're a team that are known for scoring 3 or 4 tries and then just choking you out like you're not coming back. And they won't take the foot off the pedal. Even if they just kick long for the rest of the game and tackle and won't bother about scoring. But what you see with all the great halves, actually, it's not just Penrith, but their half is steering the ship and getting the team to different
areas on the field,
different points and directing. And you see a lot of Yo doing that, so the 13 doing that.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of Cleary doing that. And I think we lack that at the moment. Like the direction so Galvin was running the ball. I think between him and Burden, like they had something like 15 runs apiece or something. Only minimal difference. Like they both ran the ball quite a bit. But it's just nothing happened. Like they weren't moving to, like, you didn't, every time you watched it, you didn't think, hey, they're going to get to the 20 and they're going to put on the play, because a lot of that was just haphazard. It was just like off the cuff sort of stuff. It took Crichton sweeping around for us to score, and Bailey Hayward to that, I don't even know what you call the play, but that deception at dummy half essentially. To open up the field, and that was from 40 meters out. But when we had a man down, we took the 2 and we were back up there, and we couldn't score.
We were back up there very quickly because it was good,
and we couldn't score.
And we were on their half for
that
quite
last
a
10
bit.
minutes.
Yeah,
that last 10 minutes were up there. We
and
should have scored, and the half should have been able to direct the attack around there. I think we've got 2 6s, which is fine. I love both of them. I absolutely love Galvin. I think last year when the rumors were coming out, I was very hot on Galvin. I wanted him to come to the club. I think he's got a ton of potential. I'm also very high on Burden as well.
Honestly, I'll be devs if he leaves Wallah. I love Burden.
I just see, I kind of agree, not kind of agree, 100% agree with you that I think Burden is going to be well suited for right centre. It's just a matter of time, in my opinion.
I actually think it's not a matter of if, but when, as you say. I'll tell you my other problem with our team, and not here to shit on anyone, but our starting forwards are ineffective.
Yeah, I think it's I don't want to cry.
Our starting forwards are ineffective.
But like, how often do you watch a game and watch forwards go backwards?
Every Doggies game.
Bulldogs game.
Yeah, every Doggies game.
It's just a Bulldogs game, which baffles my mind. Like, why? So, like, I get you're a small forward, right? And you expect from a small forward like a quick play of the ball, which we're not getting either, which is frustrating. So if you look at the play of the ball speed in this game, it's like it's in the wet or whatever, but like you could look at our previous 30 games, our play of the ball speed is not much quicker than the opposition, even with bigger forwards.
Just I'm actually going to pull you up on that. Max King has the fastest play of the ball in the team in this Raiders game at 3.0.
Just one of them. How about Samuel Hughes? He's actually pretty quick.
Yeah, but Sam Hughes only played
2 minutes,
17 minutes. Yeah. So I think
even then they go backwards. They don't.
They never get over the advantage line. Like if you look at like every forward, including at the Titans, right? Other than what's his name, Mo Fodawaker, who had the worst game I've ever seen by a prop ever today. But you look at Max, like you look at all the props, a lot of them, they get over the advantage line. At least poke their noses through. Max King, Sam Hughes, they don't offer that. Why our attack is better after the first 15 minutes. If you look at our attack, we have more momentum when when Sitili Tupanua comes on, because he runs with, he's got leg speed. Max King doesn't have leg speed. Sam Hughes doesn't even know what leg speed is. His leg speed's in a different universe. Because the thing is, we can't win a grand final like this. The thing is, even Jamin Salmon, who I think has been better this year than last year,
He has actually.
has no leg speed.
So I don't really care too much for leg speed.
But
I don't even care about post contact meters. If you're resigned to the fact that you are smaller, just shoot up. Like don't try to push and get me that 1 to 2
do
extra
what Curtis
post-contact
Moore needs
meters.
to do and just run as hard as you can.
Yeah, but like you look at like Panthers players, Panthers team does this really well. That like you could probably be backed up by stats. This is the eye test, my eye test, the best test
But
out there.
he is blind. He's only got 5 visions.
You look at the Panthers forwards. Not many of them will push for post contact meters. As soon as they hit the defensive line, they drop and play the ball immediately to keep the speed of the game going.
Warriors do that well too.
Yeah, I think it's a Panthers thing.
Yeah, 100%.
But we're not seeing it in our team. Like I don't want, like honestly,
Do you
like
know why?
Max King-
No, do you know why we're not seeing it in our team? Because our forwards get dominated. When you look at Fisher Harris, Mose Leota, they don't get dominated. They have the opportunity to fall forward. Our props are always being put on their back.
That's a good point.
This is what I'm saying. Our props. And this is, bro, last year I posted something that went viral. I said, Viliami Kikau should move to the props.
I think we were having a chat about that. Like his rotation, like there's some edge of back rows we got coming through. Like his natural progression is going to be into front row.
It has to be, bro. If you think about this, right? If you have a prop rotation of Max King, Leo Thompson, Sitili Tupanua, Viliami Kikau, you've got Jack Todd coming through, Jack Underhill, you've got Fino Latu who can go in at lock. All of a sudden, you've got a more impactful forward pack.
Very mobile
Very mobile, impactful forward pack. And I know that Viliami Kikau plays a really important role on that left-hand side, getting the ball across. But if we've moved Crichton to the left, I think we can move Kikau into the middle. We need to move Kikau into the middle. I think if you play him 25 minutes in each half, his impact will be so great at prop. But if we stick to what we're doing at the moment, Sam Hughes is not it. Unfortunately, since Origin, Max King has gone backwards. I don't know if he
gets dragged backwards, definitely.
You calm down here. There's no need to talk shit about Max King.
I love him as a player because he's like, he makes up for it in defense. I'll give him that.
Yeah, look,
he makes up for it in
100%.
defense, and there's a space for him in the team.
But I think a lot of the times our attack is poor because our props aren't getting the role on that we need them to.
100%.
Like you can't discount that, you know. And look, like the problem with not having big forwards is there's a roll-on effect to our back line. So if you look at why we play someone like Marcelo Montoya, it's because we need them to make up for the meters that our props don't make.
Yeah.
We can't afford to have a fast player there that only makes 100 meters a game because we need them to compensate for the lack of meters by our props. So we lack speed in our backs because of that.
100%.
Because of that. So if you look at Kiraz, like I wouldn't get rid of Kiraz as wing for anyone in the world. Like I think he'll debut for the Blues this year. But then on the other side, we can have a fast winger. Like honestly, as much as people might disagree with this, like someone like an Lofiana Khan Pereira would be so good for us.
100%. We lack speed.
But imagine having a quick star like him playing on our side, and then having another fast center out inside him.
Yeah.
Right? Like that makes it so also even Burden's pretty quick. He's not a speedster by any measure, but he's quick. Having him in your back line, then you have Galvin who's quick, and then you have like a Sean O'Sullivan directing. All of a sudden, there's an injection of speed now that otherwise we don't have. Right? And I would have kept Sherry if he showed us the speed that he used to have, but he's gained so much bulk because the team expects him to make 150 plus meters a game. He's lost the advantage of speed. And so really, if you look at what Sherry offers, what does he offer? Genuinely, if you look at what Sherry offers as a running center, nothing. Like over the others, he doesn't really offer anything, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, he's quicker than Tuala, but marginally. And if he's got a bad attitude, dude, I don't want to, let's get into it. Let's get into the Sherry thing. Yeah? Bronson Sherry spat the dummy. As far as we know from the timeline, firstly, the whole thing about him and Crichton punching on didn't happen. It's not true, so I'm not even going to talk about that. Completely false. What did happen, though, is Apparently, Sherry was going to be dropped for the Vegas game, but I think Ciraldo didn't want to make such a big change and disrupt the Vegas momentum and the hype. It was great. I think it was the right move not to drop Sherry. But then, a couple of weeks later, Sherry gets told that he's not going to get dropped. That he's not going to be in the first grade team. He is going to get dropped for NRL Tuala. Apparently, according to Sherry and his management, they told him that they weren't going to extend him beyond 2027. He makes the decision that because he's going to get dropped, he's going to storm into the Gus Gould and say, I want an immediate release. And apparently there were talks of some teams. Apparently he met with Melbourne or something, and Isaac Tungle was coming to the Dogs, which is complete bullshit. There was going to be a swap for Sherry. What that says to me is the bloke's not willing to work hard. Because even his manager came out and said that he was a bit sluggish in the off-season. He was a bit sluggish in the preseason. His manager even said to him, you've got to fight your way back. You can't just quit. Gus Gould said the same thing to him. What that says to me is that there is some credibility, or there is some, definitely the Dogs had a right to make the decision they made.
Oh, 100%. I don't doubt the Dogs for a second on this one. I think the jury's out there anyway. Like all the public commentary seems to favour the position that we're talking about. Is he spat the dummy? Like, why should the Dogs just let you straight back in? Like,
100%.
Asking for a release on the back of being dropped for a game.
It's pretty poor. To be honest, that's pretty poor. Now, remember 2011, do you remember Josh Morris got dropped?
Yeah.
He got dropped. What did he do? They interviewed him and he said, I'm going to work hard and make my way back. And what did he do? He's one of the best centers to play the game. Yeah. Josh Morris is one of my favorite Bulldogs.
Yeah, he was mine.
Bro, he was fantastic. Not once did he complain. Like, not once did he in the media, he's spitting the dummy or he wants to leave. And we had him on big money too.
Yeah.
So he came back and he was quite literally the best center in the game for a very long time. So, and other players have been dropped. Like, it's not like they haven't dropped other players before. Like, I remember Paul Alamotti got dropped last year by the Panthers for ginger pubes. What's his name? Jenkins. I can say that because I'm a ginger. He got dropped for Jenkins, right? I don't remember him spitting the dummy, and he won that grand final the year before with his 2 tries. Yeah, and his try-saving effort. So, for me, and if I'm going to be brutally honest, because I'm not going to sit here and paint anything other than what it really is. What Sherry did, we don't know the full story, but from what it seems like Sherry spat the dummy.
He's 100% like, unless he he definitely spat the dummy. I'm not sure if he intended for it to go public, but I think the Bulldogs appreciate the fact that they went public.
This is conspiracy theories, Zaatar.
Oh, no, it's not conspirapcy. Like,
do you reckon the Dogs want to move him on?
I think that some of the chat around not wanting, apparently telling him your services aren't required after 2027. I don't know how I feel about that. Like a player like Sherry, who's not on much, going to ask for an extension, 8 months before November 1? I don't think that actually happened. Like,
to be honest, I think that them telling him you're not going to get re-signed is actually just a trait of the Bulldogs. They did it with Money. They did it with Sexton. They've done it. They've shown that the Dogs, Gus, Ciraldo, Adam, whoever else is in charge of making these decisions, Adam O'Brien, whatever, they've clearly identified that for them, they don't think Sherry's going to be a long-term part of the backline at the Bulldogs. So they said to him, dude, there's 2 teams coming into the competition. Go and get yourself a position.
Yeah.
Right? There's teams that are looking for a center. If you want, go. I think it's clearly what they've tried to do here. And he's been pissed off by the fact that, number one, they've said to him, go, we don't want you, or we don't see you.
I don't even think it was that aggressive. Like, it could have been just, honestly, just the conversations that, bro, there's 8 months to go before November 1, or 6 months to go before November 1.
Let's talk about it when it gets here.
Yeah, maybe put in some good performances and we could have a chat. I don't think he's at the same level as a Kiraz, with all due respect to Cherry. Like, he's done well in the last couple of years. Like, I don't want to, I've loved him over the last couple of years, except the fact that he doesn't pass. But he's not at the same level as Kiraz, where he gets through that much work, that we absolutely need to keep him beyond 2027. He's not a player that's irreplaceable. He's not a Stephen Crichton.
He's not a kick out.
He's not a
He's not a burden.
He's not a burden.
Yeah.
Like he's not.
Yeah,
He's not him.
we've got young guys coming in, like Jonathan Swire. I think deserves his shot. I think we've also got. Don't forget we can move Kiras to centre if we need to. We've got what's it called?
Yeah, it's not the toughest position to fill.
It's
in
not,
my opinion.
but
someone like his caliber, he could get 150k pay rise somewhere else.
100%. But if I'm being really honest with you, I don't think he'll ever play first grade for the Bulldogs again. I think
he's like within the next couple of weeks, he's signed somewhere else.
I think he will.
I think like
Based on what his manager said.
Yeah, based on what the coach said. Did you listen to Sarah's presser? The fact that they've gone to the media, I think it's the Bulldogs of like secretly like high-fiving each other. Like it's the best outcome. They don't look like the bad guys. It could be he could have been set up for it by the Dogs as well. That's a possibility out there. But this one, I actually think they're happy that it's gone to the media, and internally they know that he's not playing first grade again. In New South Wales Cup, they played him in left centre. Which
again is like, if you want him to move to right, you would play him right in New South Wales Cup. And the other thing, like, why it took me by surprise, because this is the thing that this is my thought process 2 weeks ago about how do we get Burden into that right centre.
Yeah, that.
My thing was that they're never going to get rid of Sherry because he's so close with Kiraz and Haywood.
Yeah.
They were like that triumvirate of young players who are bringing this culture, who are bringing this energy, and the Dogs wouldn't want to get rid of or destabilize the team, right, by getting rid of someone so vital in that partnership to the team. Because we know that players aren't always kept just because they're the best players. They're kept because of the culture they bring, right? And so I thought that was Sherry, and I thought Sherry would never, ever ask, right, for a release. Lo and behold, he asks for a release. But he's literally giving the Dogs what they want on a platter.
Yeah.
And that's because he's spat the dummy. If he played it right, bro, the coaches know, they would have kept him. I'm telling you, they would have kept him.
I don't know. I think Serrato's proven to be ruthless. I don't think
he needs to be. And the other thing, to be honest, bro, is I think, like, ever since, like, he only played well inside Fox. Like, last year, I didn't think he played that well. And this year is not really.
No, like some of his carries I thought were good. The thing that, like, to be honest, like the only thing I really cared about was passing. Because like he got himself into some good positions last year, like some nice tackle breaks, and he just never found a pass.
It was never consistent. Like, my issue is that it's not consistent. Like, then as a world class centre in a team that wants to win a grand final, you need to be consistent. And I just didn't think he was consistent. In any case. I do want to commend the Raiders on this game because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, completely forgot about the Raiders there.
I do want to commend the Raiders for playing how well they did, given that they had a sin bin. They had got smashed the week before, and they came back.
They really turned it around.
They
really
100% they did. I think Ethan Sanders is a class half. He's a class 7.
I think he's like a very like you could tell he's definitely young. Like some of the decisions he made in that game, like I was like you're heading in the right direction. He's going to be something.
Bro,
you could tell like Ricky was holding him back for a reason.
Yeah, 100%.
For me, what's his name?
Strange?
The winger. No, Tamale.
Yeah, Sevilla.
He
Tamale.
is going to be a
He's
freak.
a freak. He already is
going to be a freak.
He already is,
like
bro.
He's like going from strength to strength. Like he only debuted last year, and this game he scored the early tries for the Raiders. I'm pretty sure he ran the most meters, 277 meters.
Yeah, he ran the most.
It's like absolutely freakish. Like he was
30
tested,
runs.
Yeah, and he was tested with bombs. He was tested with high balls, long balls. Positionally, he was always there. I don't that 40-20 wasn't kicked on his side either. I think it was.
No, it wasn't. It was kicked on
the other side.
Savage's wing.
He was always in position. He was always there for the tough carries. He wasn't there just to finish tries. He injected like a lot of life into that back line. And then KO Weeks, for a man that didn't score or cross the line, he's so freaking quick. He stressed me out. Every time he touched the ball, I had, like, my heart was in my throat. It's like, is he going to, like, just step around Maxwell King over here? Is he going to just, like...
Please, Abu Hercules.
Like, is he just going to, like, step Montoya? Is he going to just step around Tuala? Because he's so quick and he runs into the line and steps. And Connor Tracy had a fantastic game, but like he's like a type of player I'd love in our team, like just very electric. Every time he touches the ball, you don't know what he's going to do.
Hey, Paps, stop playing golf. Come to the Dogs, you grunk.
It's just a really well coached team. They played really well.
And you know what doesn't make sense to me? Like, how the hell does Manly make so many good fullbacks?
They produced him for the rest of the comp.
Bro. Like, Tolata Kula, I'm still cut that he re-signed with Manly. Honestly, I'm so disappointed, bro.
There might be a coach position opening up over there, and then
very soon.
Exodus of players.
Exodus. What the hell is Exodus? You
I don't know, man. I'm not from here.
Look, the Raiders played well. I will say I was very disappointed in how ill-disciplined they were. I thought the other ginger pubes, Corey Horsburgh, was throwing a lot of shoulders that I think he should have been penalised for.
He got lucky. It was just got overshadowed by
the Papali'i. Yeah, 100%. I think Joseph Tapine was a little bit down, to be honest. He didn't have the best game. Hudson Young was their best player by far. What a great performance by Hudson Young. He looked damaging and scary every single time he had the ball. He was a big part of that second try for Savelia Tamale as well, which, as much as I think, we definitely deserve to win that game, I thought the Raiders played very good. I thought the Raiders played very good.
Fantastic. It came down to their discipline. Like those, I think
penalty kicks.
Like 9 penalties. It's not like they dropped a few balls or whatever. That's fine. And they defended their line on the back of those errors. They defended their errors really well, but conceding 9 penalties, maybe 1 or 2 were soft.
Sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just thought of another Barry Crocker of the week.
What was it?
Yeah, we knocked it on, and the Raiders got the ball, and then what's his name? Jaden Bradley knocked it on in the scrum.
Yeah,
I feel so bad for him. That's like the thing is that doesn't show you're a bad player. It doesn't show that you. It was just a really bad one-off mistake, and it was so funny. I was like,
the next time he goes to pick up from a scrum, he's gonna be so nervous.
That was so bad, but honestly, I just felt so bad for him.
But 9 penalties, even if you take out 2, potentially 50-50s that went against them.
Yeah.
7 swinging arms and shoulders into heads. Even if some of them were soft, right? Even if some of them were soft, we've been on that side of it where you cop a penalty, it's a stray shoulder that's gone, or the players did. Yeah. It's still a penalty. But
the game's moved towards that. You've got to...
we just have to accept it. It's part of the game now. 9 of them, that let them down. But apart from that, they defended their line super well. Not something that, in my opinion, the Raiders were ever known for. If anything, they were known to fade, particularly in second halves. They held their own for a good solid 80 minutes. Ball was in play for quite a bit as well. I thought overall it was a pretty good game from them, man.
It was a great game.
If I was a Raiders fan, I'd be disappointed we lost the 2 points 100%. In such a close game, especially when it was there until the last second.
But they turned around a poor loss, against the Warriors into a very good performance against. That has to be said, one of the best defensive teams in the competition in the Bulldogs. It's not that they couldn't attack; it's that the Bulldogs' defense honestly was next level this game.
It was really good.
I can't
really good.
If our defense can stay like that, but we can work on our attack. Honestly, I think we can be up there as the top in the top 2 or 3 teams in the competition. I have no doubt, because I look at the Roosters, right, and they've got all the attack in the world. They cannot defend that edge.
No, they're a world,
bro. That edge with DCE, Siwa Wong, is it Ponga? No, Ponga's on the other side. Who was playing right center for the Roosters, and Mark Nawanga Tinawase, because they can't defend.
Toya?
Is it? Yeah, Toya.
Poga.
No, Ponga's on the left. It's Toya, right? But they can't defend. Bro, they just can't defend.
We're about to get into that game. That game was diabolical.
Yeah, but
it was so hard to watch.
They have all the attack, but if you don't have defense, it doesn't matter. The Dogs having great defense as your base to kick off your season is a surefire way to get into the top 4. If we go winning the close games, even if we only win them by 2, but we're in the top 4, that's not a failure. You know what I mean? We're at least staying in the top 4, and we know that we have personnel issues where we need a better 7 and we need a couple more props. We know that we're sort of still building, but even while we're building, we're a top 4 consistent team. It's good. I do want to call one more person out from the Raiders. I want to call out Simi Sasangi. Simi Sasangi, bro, they dropped Timoko for him, and I was a big fan of Timoko. He had a great game against us. He really
wanted to keep his spot. He played really well as well.
And out of nowhere, bro, I didn't think he was a center. I thought he was a second row, to be honest. Bro, he played very, very well.
How about their junior that just debuted a couple of weeks ago, Noah Martin? He had something like 40 plus tackles that game.
He's very good.
How many did he miss? I'm just going to check that because I don't think he missed more than a couple.
No, I don't think he missed any.
Tackle efficiency just under 90%.
Oh, did he? I thought
because he had only one miss, 4 ineffective whatever. He was involved in the tackle, but only one miss. So 44 tackles and 1 miss for Noah Martin.
That is phenomenal,
in his third week in the NRL.
That's phenomenal.
I think he was up against Crichton. He bumped him once or twice as well.
Yeah.
He was just there, and he was in the thick of it. He was there until the 80th minute. He was there. If Ethan Sanders actually passed to him, he probably was a better chance of getting over the line than Ethan Sanders running it himself. But he was in every single play. His line speed was there. And he gave it like 10 out of 10. So they've got like...
And he's keeping Morgan Smithies on the bench. Like Morgan Smithies is a good player.
Exactly. Like, this is going to be a long season.
And Zach Hosking too. Like, these are good players that he's keeping on the bench.
This is like a team that I said was going to come 8th, but like they've got some good talent.
I don't think they'll miss the 8.
No, I don't. I'm almost certain they're not going to miss the 8. Not with that team, not that ethic as well. Like that work ethic.
100%.
That's like you don't expect any less from Ricky Stewart's
100%. So look, great game. I actually don't dislike the Raiders at all. I like them as a team. I like their coach.
Yeah, me too.
I like their fans. I hope they do well, bro. I think they will make the 8. I don't know if they'll make the top 4, to be honest. I don't think that they've got as easy a run as they did last year, but look, great game by the Raiders.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Panthers. Yeah, you gonna say anything?
No.
Panthers v Roosters, 40-4. Up there at down there at Allianz Stadium, 22,000 in attendance. How did you see this one, Zaatar? Please don't hold back. A
warning shot for the rest of the NRL that like just pack up the comp, hand over the trophy to Penrith. Dally M winner of the year, Nathan Cleary, given the Clive Churchill from now. Dally M team of the year, just Penrith Panthers players. Coach of the year, Ivan Cleary. Training staff of the year, Penrith Panthers trainers. GM of the year, whoever the GM for Penrith Panthers is. Rename Allianz Stadium, Penrith Panther Stadium.
They should call
rename
it
the
Stadium.
Roosters child of Nathan Cleary and Thomas Jenkins.
Give Thomas Jenkins most tries. Bro, it's 3 games in. He's scored 8 tries, bro.
Bro, he's better than the Bulldogs single-handedly.
He's better than the Dogs in attack. He's one player.
Like, the Roosters shouldn't have turned up. They're better off forfeiting the game than putting on that performance. It was the most... it made me regret, like, our preseason video where I was like, Roosters top 4. I take back everything I said.
I think they'll come good.
I think, like, there's still 24 more rounds. Like, they're going to improve, but not after dishing up this rubbish. Like, what this tells me is they'll get to the finals, and as soon as, if they make the top 4, right, and Panthers are going to come first, and we all know that, and if they scrape 4th, and they're versing in week 1,
they'll get pumped.
It's going to be another game like this.
100%.
Like, Cleary had that game on a string, and everyone was literally everyone was toying with the Roosters.
Can I be honest with you? I didn't even think Cleary was in the top 3 players.
That's the thing.
Honestly,
everyone was having a field day.
But it sounds bad, but I don't think Cleary's that good. He wasn't even in the top 3, bro. Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you who I think the top 3 players in that game
go
were.
for it.
Jenkins.
Yep.
Edwards.
Yep. My top 3 as well.
Bro, I remember you and I, we said that Jenkins isn't even a fucking first grader's foot.
That was last year.
We pumped him. We shat on him. And then when they dropped him for Alamoti, we're like, we were justified in our opinion because Alamoti played so well in the finals.
No, Tago's dropped.
But bro, Thomas Jenkins, is playing out of his skin. I don't care what anyone says. This kid, man, don't forget, bro, he was playing Ron Massey Cup at the end of 2024.
Yeah.
At the end of early 2025, he's playing Ron Massey Cup. He makes it back to the Panthers. He scored 8 tries in 3 games.
He's absolutely killed it.
8 tries in 3 games, cuz. And look, like here's the thing about Nathan Cleary that I find remarkable. Yeah? I know I said I didn't have him in my top 3 players, but bro, he's adding new things to his game. Do you see that no-look pass that he threw?
Yeah.
Bro, I was just like, where the hell did this come from? Bro, how is this guy that's won 4 grand finals, made it to 5 grand finals in a row, barely missed out on the grand final last year to a cheating referee, all right? And he's still adding things to his game. That no-look pass, he did it 3 times for 3 tries, cuz. Like, for me, it's like, dude, you're right. They were toying with them.
Yeah. It was honestly like a practice run. Like, have you ever seen Toto kick, chase it through, and kick it again, and beat Tedesco? Granted, Tedesco had to turn around, right? But
Dally M winner of the year, mind you.
Yeah.
Let's not forget. I don't care.
Toto isn't known for that. He's known as the meter maker, reliable, doesn't miss tackles, like that, hard work.
Good finisher.
Great finisher as well.
Yeah.
But not the guy that's putting you through grubbers and chasing him. That's what, as soon as I saw that try, I was like, man, like, the Panthers are just having a laugh over here.
Bro, when I saw that try, I literally jumped up and screamed. But that was such a good try to watch live because you just don't know what's happening. He puts it in his grubber and I was like, oh, he's going to pass in. I think it was Nathan Cleary or Dylan Edwards on the inside. He's like, nah, I want to kick it again. And bro, like, I love the character and the charisma of someone like Toya, someone like To'o and Luai, because when he scored that try at the end, afterwards though, he was speaking to Fox Sports, he said, I got to thank my sister Mary Fowler for that. Because like, she's close to them now because she's dating Nathan Cleary. I just thought, like, I like that. I think, like, the character's good. And, like, they have a laugh. They have a joke, but they play so well.
Of him in the game previous against the Sharks.
Yeah, he put his head
on Tom Hazelton and the Dylan Edwards heads. He got this.
I love it. Like, it's so
good.
good.
Mad hangout.
It's so good. And, like, for me, seeing how the Panthers performed, like, I don't see a team that can...
I don't see anyone coming close.
I don't either, unfortunately. And to be honest, I want to see them win a 5th grand final. They are that good.
Yeah.
They are that good. And, you know, Dylan Edwards last couple of games wasn't great.
Last couple of games this year?
Last year.
Yeah, last year, yeah.
The first 3 games, honestly, on form, if you were picking a New South Wales team,
he's in it.
I would have him as my fullback.
100%.
It's so weird to say because Tedesco last year won the Dally M.
Yeah.
But on the first 3 rounds, Dylan Edwards, far and away, is the better fullback.
I don't even think it comes close. In terms of New South Wales selections, like, it's not even close. Tedesco, did have a great year last year. And Edwards was down on form last year. But, like, if you're just basing on the last 3 weeks, Edwards has been unbelievable. He's been in every support play run, involved in every tackle, in backline plays. He's there, pushing through with the hooker. He's, like, absolutely everywhere you want your fullback to be. He's there, and he tackles body first. Like, they played essentially, to them, it's not going to be the perfect game, but, like, to the average viewer, like,
what more could you do?
How do you beat this team? Like, Loki didn't even have, like, they had 88% completion, right? Like, for them, well, for any team, like, if you're doing 88%, excellent. It's fantastic, right? But it's not like the craziest sort of stat sheet. Yeah. When you're reading the stat sheet, it's not the craziest performance.
It's a good performance, but it's not a wow.
But we'll get to the Roosters, but they played so poorly. It wasn't even comparable.
I just don't think that the Roosters were allowed to play any footy. They weren't allowed to play footy, and we'll get to the Roosters. But the other thing that stands out to me is it's not just that they attack well, because obviously they're 40-4 against the Roosters, who everybody thought was going to be, the premiership. We're going to win the premiership, but their defense against the team with Edwards, Tedesco, DCE, Walker. What's his name played as well? Reece Robson played, right? They've got Mark Nawanga Tinawasa who can score some freakish tries. They've got a great second row. They've got a good forward pack. Like, even someone like Nafahu White, who literally runs over teams, he was ineffective in everything that he did because the Panthers were just defending. They were just defending. They just shut them down. It was such a good performance. And here I'm thinking, oh, finally the Roosters going to be a team that gives Panthers a challenge. Bro, the Panthers were laughing. The Panthers were laughing. And, you know, as you said, like that try by Brian To'o, like he's not known for it, but they're continuously adding, they're adding new tools to their repertoire. And that for me is like, bro, like Ivan Cleary has to go down as one of the best coaches ever. Like you can't,
100%.
You can't. Like he's so good. And then Nathan Cleary like continues to add to his game. Jenkins continues to get better. And then like, bro, we haven't even gone into their forwards. Like their team list, Alamari, that 90-meter try they set up just ran around Junior Ponga.
He surprised me with his speed. Like I knew he had a bit of speed. I didn't think he was that quick.
Bro, what? Like how bad is how bad was he with us? And then he's gone to the Panthers and he's showing us why he had all those raps on him. You know, and then you look at like, you know, Isaiah Yeo had a great game. You know, Billy Phillips, new young kid, great game. Luke Garner is going to re-sign with them, great game. I think Jack Cole no, Jack Cole didn't play, but I think he did actually. Did Jack Cole play? Oh no, that was Billy Phillips, yeah. Point is, bro, they've still got Luran Patea that they can bring on that they haven't brought on yet. Isaac Tungo can play in the centers. What a team.
They've got depth this year. They didn't have any major... I don't think they had anyone leave this year.
No major players
but
leave.
This game was honestly just a clinic. And if you look at the way Penrith played, they didn't even... Like, it's not like they camped in their 20 the whole time to put on those points. A lot of those points are coming out of their own half. And just the Roosters' defensive line collapsing. With a bit of ball movement, a bit of positional play.
It's crazy.
The defensive line literally just collapsed. And a lot of it, like, not even right, like, no, Penrith wasn't skinning them right on the wings or anything. It was just through that middle third of the field. Like, if you split the field into three vertically, like in that middle channel, like they were just dropping off tackles. The Roosters just weren't tackling, and then they just moved the ball a bit out the back. And before you know, Jenkins is crossing for his fourth try. But like in terms of possession, it was pretty even. I think it was like 51-49, like Panthers' favour. Territory, the Roosters actually had a lot of ball in opposition territory, like past that 50.
That's what I'm saying about their defense. Like the Panthers' defense muzzled the Roosters completely. Like they because even like post contact meters, the Roosters had more, run meters. The Roosters and it wasn't that big of a difference. They had more tackle breaks than the Panthers.
The completion from the Roosters, or on the Panthers. Oh, we'll stay on the Panthers. It was just perfect, right? Like 88, 90%, whatever it is, completed. Majority of their sets got through to the fifth, got through to the kick options, etc. Few set restarts, whatever. Perfect game. And everyone dug in. Their missed tackles, very similar to the Bulldogs, or the Bulldogs copied Penrith anyway. In terms of missed tackles, doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean much for them.
No, it doesn't.
Because they all scramble well. Whereas the Roosters' missed tackles really stand out.
That's a great point. That's actually a great point. You know, when the Roosters make a missed tackle, it leads to a freaking try. Panthers, there's just another wave of like scramble defense, which is what we saw against the Raiders with the Dogs.
Yeah. But other than that, I think I had the same standout players, the three best players you called out. Dylan Edwards, Toto, and Jenkins. I thought the forwards did really well in this game. The backs did really well.
Without being particularly like...
No one was crazy. No one was like we haven't seen this before or anything like that.
Jenkins.
Like I still think 21-22 Penrith was scary to watch. Like it was clinical every single week. This is as close as we're going to get to, I think, with the modern day Penrith, but they'll always match the opposition. Like if the Roosters would turn up the heat, the Penrith would have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like this is Penrith like cruising through a win.
Bro, they got to like they were like 20-4, 24-4, whatever, and then just like they were just Let's just have fun with it.
You can see that like they dialed the intensity down, which is fantastic. which
I think even like
scares me a little
Isaiah
bit
Yeo,
later.
right, didn't play as many minutes as he usually does. Like he only played
This year
69
hasn't-
minutes, which
yeah.
is great because he's been doing it for a long time. And the fact that they can give him like this type of
This is the most he's played this year, to be honest. I think in previous games,
he came off
Ivans-
even
a bit earlier. I think he was aiming at that 55-minute mark, which he's getting older.
which is crazy.
Give him a bit of a
Yeah.
break. But I thought, like, anyone else stand up for you for
Yeah,
the riff?
so one person that I think doesn't get enough credit and like needs to is Mitch Kenny.
I was watching a lot of highlights on the way over here, and Mitch Kenny, there was a particular try where Mark, I can't say his last name, so I'm not going to butcher it.
No one got to know what I say.
Yes. So they were on the Roosters try line, and Mitch Kenny picks up the ball, like from hooker, whatever. He's picked up the ball, and he feigns to pass. Mark jumps up, holds back the ball, and then passes.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, there is no try. Mark would have intercepted, or he would have shot down the play, or he would have made the tackle.
Was that the short side play?
Short side play
that was
on
the
the left
dumbest
edge.
try. They should not have scored that try. That was literally the best explanation as to why Marky Mark is not as good as people make him out to be.
But that's also Mitch Kenny.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
But bro, because I remember there was 3 plays that went down the short side, and you think there's no way they're gonna score this. Like the Roosters, because they had the same number. They had their number. Marky Mark. Done.
He stepped off his line and
Done.
That was Mark's cue.
Yeah. Mitch
Kenny's cue. Like
Yeah.
fantastic.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Like fantastic. Like you want that from your hooker. And then on top of that, his passing is like freaking elite. His selection.
good.
Like
Yeah.
he finds Cleary in the heartbeat. He finds his man and he puts the ball in front of him every single time without fail, regardless of what position he's in the field. Cleary could be 20 meters behind him setting up for a field goal. You could count on Mitch
He'll
Kenny
hear
to
it,
get in the ball.
Mitch, and the ball's going to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like, you know,
That's the value of a great hooker.
like there's different types of hookers. Like there's a Harry Grant who's a freak.
Yeah.
And then there's the Mitch Kennys and the Haywoods who maybe not as naturally talented.
Not in the same sentence.
I think Hayward.
He'll get there.
I think he tries to model his game around Mitch Kenny because that's the type of game he plays, right? Tackle hard, run hard, play hard, be that communicator, be the person that has crisp passing, and you know what, Hayward's trying to. But it's not about like Mitch Kenny will never get the accolades that other players get, but he deserves so much of it. He's a good player on the field, good guy off the field. Like he's a great player. Like he's a really, really good 9. That like I remember when RP left and they're like, oh, is Mitch Kenny really going to be the replacement 9? We're like, nah, they can't win a grand final with Mitch Kenny. Bro, they won 2 with Mitch Kenny at 9 and almost made another one. So look, for me, I think he's the one. But that's it from the Panthers. Now on to the Roosters.
Yeah.
This was a poor game. I don't even really want to talk about how poor this game was.
I think it needs to be because it's the second 2 out of 3 games where they had 40 put on it.
Yeah. But here's why I don't want to talk about it. I still think that they've made a really poor decision in signing Daly Cherry Evans.
Are they going to drop him?
They won't drop him.
So we have to talk about it.
Daly Cherry Evans, and I think he showed this in Origin last year, and he's showing it again. His defense is suspect at 37 years old, right?
Yeah.
They have dropped Hugo Savala. They've punted.
They've just extended Hugo Savala as well for a couple more years.
Yeah,
supposedly.
they know that Cherry Evans can't survive. They punted. Who's the guy they sold to the
Rabbits?
Knights?
Oh, to the Knights. Sandon Smith.
Sandon Smith, who last year were combining very well to play excellent footy. They got rid of him for a 37-year-old Daly Cherry Evans. And he's got him on the right side defending with Mark Nonga Tinawase and Siwa Wong. And it's clear that there's a problem. It's very clear that there's a defensive issue there.
Siwa Wong was the only one that was actually defending.
He's trying to.
Like he was the one putting his body in the line. Sam Walker didn't even try. Mark didn't even attempt.
Sam Walker never tries.
He didn't even attempt to tackle.
Who?
Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Like he just didn't get involved.
But he never does.
Never moved off his line except except to let in tries.
Yeah.
But he never moved up in defense. I was like,
Where is
why
this?
are you
Yeah.
paying this guy
Yeah,
for?
I'm with you.
Like, he
you.
can score you a try, but he's letting in 2 or 3 tries. Like, why do we still? Who are you fooling?
You know, and I think like Angus Crichton has not really had a good season.
I don't think he has either. But I could say the same thing for every single Roosters player.
No,
none of them have had.
I can't say that. I think Nafahu White has tried his absolute hard out.
Well,
He has.
Siwa Wong as well. Egan Butcher, I really rate.
But I don't rate him as a player.
Well, he's one of the few trying.
He's trying,
That's
but
the
he's not a
thing.
great player. Like Tedesco, even Tedesco's been down.
See, the age-old excuse that comes out from the Roosters is, we're slow starters. We'll get right.
They probably will, to be honest, but
That's unacceptable.
That's a shit
Like, drop the
performance.
ball
Yeah.
15, 16 times, concede a bunch of penalties, and do all of that. That's fine. Just defend it.
yeah.
Just defend it
Yeah,
because you've got the ability to attack. Like, they've got a forward pack that should be dominating. Should be. They've got a back line that on paper, like I am going to take Nathan Cleary over Sam Walker. Like, if you do like a like-for-like
Yeah.
comparison, there's not much between these two teams. There's not like it's not a crazy amount. Like Casey McLean, he's every centre's father. So like, he, in my opinion, one of the best centres. But like Rabbitohs is not that bad. He played Origin last year. Paul Alamodi, I'm going to take over Poga. Daniel Tupou and Thomas Jenkins. Like,
I'll take Tupou over Jenkins because Tupou
Yeah.
doesn't do anything wrong.
exactly. Dylan Edwards and Tedesco. One was Dalian Player of the Year last year. Dylan Edwards, State of Origin last year. Like, it's like for like
It's very like for
different
like.
work ethic and
But
niches.
I think it's the for me it's the mentality of the coaching and the
But that's what I was going to come to. Like for like these players, they're not a 36-point difference.
no, they're
Like
not. No,
6, 8, 12 potentially.
I don't like if you like. This is gonna bad comparison, right? But I feel like when you bring in a Daly Cherry Evans into a team as star-studded as the Roosters, and you drop 2 youngsters for him, I just think it affects the morale. Like I can't help but think it affects the morale.
Too many chefs in the kitchen, you reckon?
It's, you know what? It absolutely is that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and we said this last year on the podcast, James Tedesco needs to be in charge.
Yeah.
When he was in charge last year, when he had Hugo Savala and Sandon Smith or Sam Walker, he was the alpha dog and everyone listened to him. Now, Daly Cherry Evans is the one trying to do it, right? But he's also trying to take a step back and make sure that Sam Walker can also be the top dog, for example. There's just... like, there's too many changes in their spine as well. Like, they've got Reece Robson, Daly Cherry Evans, Sandon Smith and Hugo Savala are not there. So I think, like...
I hope the pressure continues on them, to be honest.
yeah, I don't...
It was a very questionable decision. Obviously, trying to buy premiership, trying to buy pressure out of Trent Robertson,
And they have
who
no shame out
rightfully
of
should
it.
be under pressure. He should be under pressure. Like when we're looking at like another coach that, in my opinion, should be semi under pressure is Craig Fitzgibbon, like doing nothing with this team.
100%.
But they fly under the radar because they make the finals.
yeah.
But like coaches like Todd Payton rightfully should be under pressure.
Yeah.
Seabold should be under pressure. But like when you look at the Roosters, done nothing in the last 5 years. Like since 2019, haven't fired a shot.
And they've had a great team.
They've had great rosters. Last year was probably their weakest roster in the last whatever
And they
years,
still had a
5,
great
6
roster.
years. And this year it's even stronger, right? Or on paper it is,
Much
but they're
stronger.
just not gelling. And that's I do agree. It's like Psyche could have been impacted. 100% would have been impacted, dropping like an up and comer like Hugo Savala, showing the door to Sandon Smith to blood in DCE into the team in the hopes of buying a premiership, like pushing. I could understand why they pushed out Cheese. I think those articles were. I think they caught wind of him, pushed him out. Anyway, they brought Reece Robson, who I think is great. Like he's going to give you good
I like
service.
Reece Robson. Yeah, I like Reece Robson.
But the DCE one's gonna. Like, he did nothing this game either. Like, well, like, what did he add to this game that Hugo Savala wouldn't have added?
I actually think Hugo Savala would have defended better than him.
Oh, 100%. Oh, he was solid defender.
Honestly.
He was very solid.
Honestly, I think he would have defended better. I think, look, the other thing for the Roosters is like, I think they've got so much smoke blown up their ass is that they've actually forgotten that they need to play. Like, they're very cocky.
They're just expecting the Premiership to deliver itself.
100%. 100%.
But just poor attitude as well this game. It's just those errors. Like, I think last game was something like 16, 17, 18 errors. This game, again.
Too many errors.
Like,
way too many errors.
There's just no respect for the ball.
100. But I'm telling you, it's a cockiness that they think it's just going to work for them.
Because they've got all these attacking players or whatever. So
like,
they don't need
you don't even blame them for feeling, for being so cocky, but it's like, it's a coaching. I've never rated Robertson as a coach. I've never, ever rated Robertson as a coach. And I still think he is definitely not the right coach, even though, like, to be honest, he's, they've got 16 errors. They conceded 7 penalties. Like, seriously, man. Like, seriously.
Just lazy.
It's poor.
Lazy. And like when you filled that, like overlay, I wish we could somehow show the viewers, like overlay these stats with the possession that they actually had.
Yeah.
And where they had that possession.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that possession was in the center of the field. Like territory, they won territory.
Yeah.
Possession, they didn't win. Like they had like slightly less ball, like a couple minutes in play. But in terms of field position, they actually won the field position and did nothing with it because the Panthers defense choked them out. But when you look at these teams, and the whole reason why they bought DCE was to push them in the next gear, right? Like push them up a level.
And I'll tell you why I'll give you an example of what proves that they're off kilter, like really badly. So last year, one of the most successful plays we saw across the competition in the last 8 rounds or 10 rounds was Sam Walker going to Daniel Tupou. Like, it was pretty much, if he kicked it, he was going to score.
Yeah.
It was going to happen. I'm not sure exactly when in the game this happened, but Sam Walker got the ball. He was in the perfect position to put the ball up for Daniel Tupou. He turns around and he kicks it in the other wing to Mark Nwanga Tinawasa. And the commentators were like, why didn't he kick to Daniel Tupou? And for me, it's like, bro, it's almost instinctive that you just kick to Daniel Tupou and there's a chance that he's going to jump over. Who was he marking on that side? Was it Jenkins or To'o?
That would have been Jenkins.
It would have been Jenkins, right? He would have jumped over. No, it was To'o on the right.
Was it To'o?
Yeah, it was To'o.
Yeah, okay.
He would have jumped over him. Bro, clearly he would have jumped over him.
I'm not sure what they're thinking. Like, honestly, like, if I was a Roosters fan, I wouldn't be because I'm not a grub.
100% agree.
But, I'd be...
Like, it's a mismatch, bro.
I'd be losing my...
Tupou is twice the height of freaking To'o, bro. Kick it to him. But that proves to me that DCE has come in and has ruined the calibration of that team from last year. Look...
Not him as a player, guys. Relax. We're not crapping on him.
No, we are.
It's a coaching decision.
No, both him and the coach.
I don't think he's
Robinson's a hamad. Like, I just don't like.
Yeah, I think Robinson's just been blessed to have really good teams and didn't have to coach too much, to be honest.
Honestly.
But now,
now I'm
worried for him. I'm worried for him.
I'm not. I hope they keep losing all week.
No,
all year.
Like, I think if they lose every single game, like in terms of like actually making I have them in my top 4 still because I do think they're going to improve and. Every year they've shown that they do improve later in the season, but it's a rubbish excuse. Like, we can't expect that.
And look, to be honest, I should have stuck to my gut and not, not put him in my top 4. I don't know why I did it, bro. Anyway, so that's the Roosters and the Panthers. What a team the Panthers are. All right, next game. Broncos and Storm, the grand final rematch. What a performance. What a performance by the Broncos.
They deserve this win?
Yeah, they deserve this win. I'll be honest. They did deserve this win.
I didn't think so, but anyway.
Look, I'm starting to realize something about the Broncos. When they start to get a roll on, they're so quick, they're impossible to stop.
Yep.
They are like, I don't care. Like, I don't like the Broncos. I hate the Broncos. My most despised player is Katoni Staggs. Like, I would slap Katoni Staggs if I seen him. He'll punch me out, but I'll still slap him. I don't like Katoni Staggs. I'm joking. I don't hate him. As a player, I just don't like Katoni Staggs. Right? I'm sure he's a lovely guy, honestly. But like the level of the impact that he has when the Broncos are in a mood and they get him early ball, you can't deny it. It was a great win by the Broncos because they actually outplayed the Storm in that second half. The Storm were all over him in the first half. All over them in the first half. Right? It was 14-0. Yep. And I was so happy. I was so happy, bro. I was over the moon. And then, in the second half, the Broncos go bang, bang, bang. Right, within 15 minutes or whatever, they've scored 3 tries, and the Storm tried their hearts out, but they defended. The Broncos defended and defended and defended and defended.
They were like that from like the first second, but it was probably the most defensive grit the Broncos have shown all year. Beyond just all year, actually, even last year. Because last year they didn't defend either. They just ran down.
Yeah,
they didn't actually care too much.
Yeah.
But this, I think Madras lit a rocket up their asses last week after conceding 40 points to, who was it? The other rubbish team. Parramatta Eels.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, they actually cared in defense. Like, Ezra Mam, like, although that it was his edge that led in the tries, he was still putting his, like, he actually threw his body into the line.
I think he's a joke. I still think he's a joke. I honestly,
you can think that, but he still put his body in the line for in defense. He still put his body in the line.
Man, you should have been suspended for a year, you dog. Anyway,
I actually think he should have been kicked out of the NRL.
I agree. You should be kicked out of the NRL, you dog. Stop painting your nails. But anyway, I thought the Broncos really wanted to get up for this game. I don't think that this is a rectification of their problems. I'll be really honest with you. The problem is, like, they're not winning games like teams win them. They're winning games because they sort of lose their shit in the first half and they're like, oh, we've got to run them down. And they get up for certain games and not for others. I don't think this is a rectification of the Broncos' problems.
I think the stats back you up on that. I think, like, they actually played quite poorly.
Yeah.
I didn't think this... Like, I missed, like... Disclaimer, I had to come back and watch, the mini KOs and stuff for this game because I was out and about with the family, so it was, like, passively in the background.
It was 8, so...
Yeah. So I came back and watched the highlights before this, like that 15-minute whatever. Yeah. Like, when you dish out performances...
So basically, you have no idea what you're talking about.
No. Essentially. When you come out with that many errors, like, you got the win, fantastic. Like, they needed the win, like, more than the Storm.
I think they definitely did, yeah.
But when you come out with that many errors, didn't show up for the first 40 minutes, except in defense. Like, in attack, nothing was working. And they still have this habit of, like, they don't go for high completion plays, like the high percentage plays, like to a corner and build pressure. Like, they don't care for it. And for them, that frustrates me. Like, absolutely blows my mind how you don't care for it with the team that you've got. Over reliance on it's like the Huss and Reece Walsh show, in my opinion.
It has to. That's
like,
all it is.
Katoni Staggs, Jordan Ricky, and all these other players.
Sideshows.
They're just extras. Yeah. Like, they're just part of the Reece Walsh and Payne Huss show. Yeah, like, you interchange them with anyone that you want. I had a sneaky feeling I'd never back the Broncos for this game. I actually had a sneaky feeling that they'd win this game purely on the fact that Adam Reynolds is out. And Reece Walsh comes into his own a bit more, and Ben Hunt gives him a bit more ball to play with.
I actually agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
And, like, credit to Adam Reynolds, but I just don't think his little legs could keep up anymore. That's all it is. And
that's why he's decided to retire at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy for them to continue to pick him because, number one, he ruins the flow of the team, but also, number two, like, he deserves to go out on his own, of his own accord. But there's an interesting stat here, yeah? I don't think I've ever seen any team have such a high average set distance. The Melbourne Storm's average set distance was 50.6 meters.
Yeah. And I was going to come to that, like, as in, they were getting rolled. Like, the Broncos were actually getting rolled.
What happened there, bro?
I honestly think they got lucky with this, but, like, you create your own luck, right? Like, as in, you fight hard, you scramble hard. They did a lot of that in the second half particularly, and even in the first half when, like, the Storm were camped on their line. But, like, when you look at the stat sheet, it doesn't look like Broncos should have won. They shouldn't have won. But they stuck in them for the whole 80 minutes, right?
Do you know what I also realised in that game is the wing of is it Moses Leo? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. Moses Leo and who's the winger on that side again?
That plays with Moses Leo?
Yeah.
Meany?
Oh, Meany, yeah. They have really poor defence.
I think it's a Moses Leo issue.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying it's Meany per se, but the defense on that edge was actually really, really poor. And
he single-handedly lost them the game.
All three,
I don't want to say single-handedly.
No, it wasn't. All three tries were on that side.
That edge lost them the game. Yeah.
And, like, that, the first Jordan Ricky try, I thought, bro, that was a good pass by Walsh to Ricky.
Not that good,
But it should not have been that easy.
Yeah.
He should have actually had someone at least having a hand on him. Bro, he went through
that
untouched.
was a regulation pass.
Yeah,
it
like-
wasn't like freaky.
Mad cutout. It wasn't an Isaiah Katoa pass.
Yeah,
Like,
it was just like a inside ball.
no, it was a good
just ball.
pass. It was a good, straight, fast pass.
Yeah, but your line shouldn't break.
Especially for the Storm.
Yeah.
Especially for the Storm. The second Jordan Ricky try, bro, where was Moses Leo? He wasn't even there, bro. He ran over like, dude, why are you even playing? Then that Tony Staggs try was a great try, but like it was a good try.
Yeah, yeah.
Like to be in the right place at the right time, get the ball, run through, score. And like, I'm not gonna say that they didn't deserve this win because honestly, I watched and I thought, I'm not happy that they won, but I actually can't say they didn't deserve it because Walsh played well. He
played well for not playing great, if that makes sense. Like, we know he's got a lot more potential. Like in the game, last game against Penrith,
He was
like,
khara.
but his stat sheet was much better than this stat sheet.
But he was still khara.
Yeah, it was just the eye test.
Yeah,
I thought he tried hard. This game cared to him more.
But he tries hard every game. That's the thing about Walsh. He tries too hard every single game.
I think Ben Hunt gives him the space to do that.
I agree. I agree.
I think when there's your first choice 7, I'm not sure. Like, I used to be a halfback. I'm joking, I didn't, but I just feel like when Adam Reynolds is in the team, that everyone, all your attacking players like Mam, Walsh take a step back
he's
and
the
let
top
him
dog.
see the shit.
Yeah, he's the top dog.
Which is fair enough. And I think Ben Hunt gives him a bit more freedom, and he probably just demands that we get to certain points in the field as opposed to let me steer this ship.
You know, like the other one I was really impressed with was Dean Mariner. Like I usually say I don't rate him or whatever.
On the back of a bad performance last week, he backed up really well.
He
backed up really
The
well.
thing I love about Dean Mariner is even at the 80th minute, he's always running hard and fast. He's got very bad defense. Like I'm like he's got shocking defense. But bro, like in attack, he's always trying. He's always trying. He's always trying. And that for me, him and Karapani, like I actually rate them. I wish we had someone like them in our team.
I wouldn't mind the Karapani.
Bro, do you know what?
Just for their speed.
The Dogs should go after Jesse Arthurs.
Look.
No?
No.
Nah, bro, come on.
Nah.
I reckon Jesse Arthurs is a great player. They should go after Jesse Arthurs. But anyway, I thought...
Anyone else stand out for you in the Broncos game?
Yeah, I thought...
From the Broncos anyway.
I thought Willison had a poor game. I don't think Willison played well in second row. I think he's a prop. He should play in the middle. Payne Haas was good as always. Patrick Carrigan was quiet. I didn't think Patrick Carrigan had a good game. And then... Ben Tolte, I thought played okay. I thought Ben Tolte came on and did okay. But other than that, it was just, bro, there's such a ugly team to watch, the Broncos, because you just don't know what you're going to get.
So, apart from that, I actually enjoy watching Reece Walsh.
Not really, bro.
I think...
for me.
Yeah,
obviously.
for you. But I think he's like one of the more exciting players in the league when he's touching the ball. But for me, it was Payne Haas is always going to be my standout for the Broncos every week, because if it's not him, the team's not moving forward. Like 170 plus run meters.
72 minutes, bro. 72 minutes. Like,
I'm not sure how, like, he's fit, right? I'm not sure how much that leads to his happiness of being there. Like, I'm not sure if that's actually a contributing factor to wanting to leave, because he gets overworked. The fact that, like, you know, when, like, you watch these documentaries, I'm not sure if you guys watch documentaries, but, like, how farmers back in the day would till their land with, like, an ox or a cow or whatever, and you work that thing. Because that's all you've got, and that's your tractor, and you're working,
and it's doing a good job,
and you're getting every last cent out of it, right? That's what it feels like they're doing with Payne Haas, like squeezing for every last thing. And I think it's gonna and I hope it doesn't happen, because he's probably yours as well, like top 2 favorite players in the league, lead to an injury, even though he's fit. Like, but putting 72 minutes into his legs at 110, 115 kilo, running straight into a defensive line every single week. Like, the max break he gets on the field is 3-4 minutes before he's back on. I don't think it's good, but then again, he was my standout player, and I thought Jordan Ricky backed up from a garbage performance last week.
I think
with a much better performance.
I don't rate Ricky in the slightest.
I don't.
He was there at the right time.
I think that's what you want from your back rowers.
I think Brendan Piakura is infinitely better than Jordan Ricky.
I don't disagree with you, but he was there at the right time. and he capitalized on those opportunities. Last week, he dropped the ball over the line.
Yeah, I know.
So he made up for it. So I give him that. And then my number one award goes to, I don't know if anyone's going to agree, nor do I care. I do care. Let me know if you agree. Is Reece Walsh. He passed the eye test for me this week. I just like it when
only in the second half though.
Yeah, but they still defended well in the first half.
Anyway, look, whatever.
Honestly, you know that first half, it should have been like 30.
Yeah,
30
it should have been. Honestly, you're right.
It should have been 30-0, but they scrambled hard.
You know what's interesting? The Broncos only used 16 players. So they only played Ben Hunt. Who was it? Yeah, so they only played 2 players on. So they only used 16 players. They didn't use Ovlix Toha or Gahamat Shibasaki or Jaden Hunt. They only used 16 players, which I thought was quite interesting. But I think because when they had the momentum, they didn't want to. Madge didn't want to affect that momentum. So I think that was interesting. And Ben Tolte only played 27 minutes, so he's definitely, as you say, he's squeezing the lemon as much as he can from his players. One guy I thought played well for his first game for the Broncos was Grant Anderson. I thought he played very well.
He would have loved the win as well.
Yeah, he would have really enjoyed beating his old team. I thought he played really, really well, defended well, actually, against the giant from the Storm, Will Warbrick and Jack Howarth, who I rate both of them. So I thought he played very well for his team. But overall, look, for me, I thought Payne Haas was the engine that could.
Of course.
Look, Patrick Carrigan is captain, but Payne Haas is the leader.
Oh, I don't think anyone's going to argue with you on that.
That's my honest opinion.
Patrick Carrigan might be influential, off the field and with culture and stuff that we don't hear about. But in terms of actually putting points on the board, it's Payne Haas.
It has to be. It's Payne Haas all the time. And look, as I said, Xavier Wheelerson only played 47 minutes in the second row. I think he's better. Honestly, he's better up the middle, replacing Jensen or starting than playing in the second row.
Yeah.
I think you start Piakura and you have maybe Wheelerson on the bench. Now, the Storm. I actually don't know how to talk about this game with the Storm. I will start saying this. I think they should stop picking Tyron Wishart on the bench.
He's moving on to Perth Bears, yeah. I reckon just swing out the axe.
I think Jack Hetherington should see more time. I think he'll be good for them and he'll provide impact. I just don't think... I haven't seen Tyron Wishart do anything of value for them this year at all. He's playing minimal minutes. He's probably good for the balance of the team, but I don't think he's done much for them. But 2 players I want to call out that I'm absolutely in love with. Absolutely in love with. Both because they're excellent players and because they're absolutely killing it for me in Supercoach.
Yeah, go for it.
Sua Fa'alonga.
Yeah.
I would argue that on just using eye test, the first 3 weeks have shown that he's actually as dynamic, if not more so, than Pappenhausen.
I think it's a different play style.
I don't think it's a different play style at all. I think they're exactly the same.
I don't think they're exactly the same at all.
I think they're exactly the same.
I think Pappy was a lot more reliant on his speed and he was super quick and he was always pushing through and support. Not to take away from Sua, he's definitely always pushing and support and I love that about him. I think there's still levels to the game and I don't think...
he's on the same level?
I don't think he's still... I think he's going to surpass Pappy.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that he's at the same level. I'm just saying that in terms of how dynamic Sua Fa'alonga is, I don't feel like the Melbourne Storm are lacking anything by not having Sua there over Paps.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's so quick.
He was my player that stands out for me.
He's fantastic. And the other one is Joe Chan.
How well is he doing?
Bro, he's killing it. He's killing it.
He's doing so well. He's there with in all support plays. He's there in every tackle, puts his body on the line, makes his meters.
Playing 80 minutes, scoring tries.
Supports his halfbacks. He does really well.
He's freaking killing it.
He actually surprised me. He's one that, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure He stepped onto the scene a few years ago, but was hindered by injuries.
Yeah, 4 years ago, and he got injured in 2023, and then 2024 he played but got injured, and then last year he had a much better game, much better season, and then this year he's starting because, unfortunately, of
Katoa.
Yeah, Katoa's injury. But I would have him starting regardless, to be honest. I think, like, he's been so good for them. He's been...
36 tackles in the game, over 100 meters.
Scored a try,
try assist.
He's been great.
That was a beautiful offload. Oh, God, that was really good.
Yeah, and, like... how do they keep producing these? Like, I don't know, but he's a mad player, and I think he's going to get so much better too. Because, like, he was playing prop last year, and now they put him in the second row, and he's playing 80 minutes, and he's got the fitness, and he's got the awareness and everything. So, Joe Chan was fantastic. Again, I thought Harry Grant. I don't think we can say much, to be honest. He's fantastic.
They did a pretty good job shutting him down, but
in the second half, definitely frustrated. You could tell he's frustrated.
Yeah.
I think this year, except the first game, I think Jerome Hughes has been a little bit down on form.
That's a good shout. I'll probably need to pay a bit more attention to that because a lot of the attacks actually come off on the back of Harry Grant.
Yeah, all of it.
It's all come on the back of him picking up quick play of the balls, taking advantage of extra markers in the ruck, people out of position, him spotting that, and then literally gifting the ball to Jerome Hughes or Cameron Must. Like, Cameron Munster's actually been pretty good this year, in my opinion.
I think he's been a lot more involved.
Yeah, he's been a lot more involved. I think they're trying to fill the void. Like, in the team, you lost 2 attacking weapons in Papi. One's being replaced. Katoa, I think you've lost an aerial threat there. But
100%.
They plug in the gaps, right? But I think a lot of the attacks come on the back of Harry Grant. As soon as he was shut down in that second half, the points stopped.
Yeah. And I think one thing I've realised as well, the difference between Paps and Fa'alongo is that Paps used to chime in as the last pass to the winger or to the centre to score tries.
Yeah.
Where I feel like Fa'alongo hasn't got that in his game yet. It's more of a run fast, tackle hard, pass, kick, whatever. But Fa'alongo doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Where it broke down for me, for the Storm in this game, is the Broncos were fast and the ref wasn't allowing the Melbourne Storm to hold the players down. He was giving 6 against if they were holding players down. And that suited the Broncos to a T because the Broncos could get not only fast play the balls, but could get really fast play. Like one thing I like about Ezra Mam, even though I dislike him as a person, like I'll straight out say it, is that when he gets the ball, he gets it out to his centre very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly. Like both edges, he's like, I don't want the ball. Take it.
Yeah.
And he gets it out to Reece Walsh quickly, or he'll get it out to Ben Hunt quickly. And that creates such a speed that the Broncos become almost unstoppable. And that's what they did.
Like, they're probably the fastest. They are the fastest.
I think they are the
attacking
fastest.
team. Like when they're attacking you,
it's a blitzkrieg.
Yeah,
bro. Wallah, it's really good. And like where I think where it broke down again is I don't think the Storm defended badly. To be honest, they only had 18 points scored on them. It was just it broke down for them on that left hand defense with Moses Leo. I'm not, to be honest, I still think Moses Leo is a great center, but it was he's too young and inexperienced, and they were able to exploit that with Walsh's great vision and passing. I think the Storm will be okay. They'll come back bigger, better, stronger. But it was a great grand final rematch. Like I was really impressed with that game. Both the Broncos and the Storm, both teams should be happy with that. To be honest, because you can't win them all, right? Like you're not going to go through undefeated. So it was a good kick in the ass for the Storm.
Penrith.
Yeah, except Penrith. They'll face Cowboys up there, Queensland Country Bank Stadium. They'll put 50 on them, and get back to their winning ways. And any last comments on that game quickly?
No, nothing from me.
All right, Warriors and Knights. Look, what can I say?
Not much to say, is there?
Look, I'm going to start with the Warriors glazing because I want to glaze. I've been wanting to glaze the Warriors.
Someone needs to do it because I'm not.
I want to start glazing the Warriors because I think the Warriors deserve the glazing. They're undefeated. They've scored, I think, more than 38 points plus
It's
every
got
single
40,
game.
40, 38.
Yeah.
Oh, 44, whatever.
Yeah, like
they're doing really well.
Yeah, this is the least they've scored. Tanner Boyd. Oh my God. Tanner Johns. Tanner Thurston.
Oh, he's much better than Thurston.
Tanner Sterling. Yeah. Tanner Mortimer.
Tanner Burden.
Tanner.
Tanner Galvin.
Tanner Sexton. But Tanner Boyd has gone from being one of the most ridiculed halves in the competition to being the best half or the most informed half in the competition. He's kicking, he's passing, he's running, he's timing, spot on every single game. And I'm telling you, even when Metcalf comes back, he does not go straight into the 7. You can't drop Tanner Boyd.
I think it's going to be Boyd and Metcalf.
I hope so. Drop Chanel Harris Tavita. Play him.
Hansen had a good...
Hansen had a great game.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had a fantastic game. First, I've never watched New South Wales Cup game.
But
his New South Wales Cup games, but absolutely killed it.
Bro, Hannah.
They look so familiar.
Hansen and Boyd, yeah. Hansen and Boyd were the winning combination for that undefeated run of the New South Wales Cup Warriors team.
Last year,
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
So they showed glimpses of good play. But I like, honestly, Tanner Boyd, I hope he continues because I felt so bad for him because coming through the ranks, he was like the Australian schoolboys number 7. He was like the most touted number 7. And it just seems that every half that leaves the Titans goes on and plays.
It is much better, yeah.
But that was great. Like, you know, this game was a great game. Like, there's just so many good players at the moment for the Warriors. Like, I have to call out Jackson Ford. You know,
Mitch Barnett on entry, returning back to the NRL after missing
what a wahash.
6-7 months. First touch, second touch,
What a wahash, bro. What a wahash. What a wahash.
Did really well. Coming back from ACL, like, did not care.
Unbelievable. But, like, still, you got to look at, like, you know, Jackson Ford, when no one was there, he played 80 minutes at prop.
Did
80
really
minutes
well.
at prop, bro. You know, scored a try, ran for 238 meters. What a performance. James Fisher-Harris, 161 meters, you know, only played 46 minutes, but, bro, he gets them on such a good start. Then you've got Aaron Clark. Bro, what a player. Leke Halasima, what a player. Bro, like
really well around the team. I had them missing my 8, just to call myself out.
they're going to play they're going to play finals.
I still stand by it.
Well, no one cares, but they're going to play grand final. You know, Mitch Barnett played 35 minutes, ran for 121 meters. You know, you can just see he wanted to come back so badly, and he came back with an absolute vengeance.
Came back with intent, right?
Yeah,
like, played really well.
So unfortunate he's gone to the Broncos, man. I hope it falls through and he goes to another team. But then again, he might go to the Eels, so we'll stick to the Broncos, I guess. Yeah, but look, I can't speak highly enough of what the Warriors are doing. Everyone's playing well. You know, Tane Tuapiki goes into fullback because Charles Nichol Klokstad is injured. Tane Tuapiki plays out of his freaking skin. You know, Luke Hansen, again, scores a try. You know, his first game. Yeah.
It was a really well-coached team. They are a well-coached team. Like,
Yeah,
Andrew
100%.
Webster has done a fantastic job there. But, like, everyone just played their role. There's obviously been people changes and movements and positions changing based on injuries and people returning. But everyone went out there and performed. Like, they didn't have to do, like, no one's asking, like, Leka, for example, to do 100 tackles or 200 tackles or do anything, except go out there and do your job, tackle 100%. And run the ball hard.
100%.
Catch the ball, hold on to the ball, make your tackles. And every single player did that. They moved around the field effortlessly. Like, I'm pretty sure possession was probably 60-40 or something. Just based on the eye test, I can't remember.
56-44.
Newcastle didn't touch the ball. They had majority of the field position. So we'll talk about some of the ref calls. Like, this is one of the games where the 60 game really rubbed me the wrong way. Like, it really did my head in. I thought, even as a home team, the Knights managed to be on the wrong end of the 60 game calls.
Really bad,
Poor discipline from them. Like, they need to stay on top of it. Like, you could walk back 10. It's not hard. Like, it is hard, but just stay on side.
Yeah,
like, especially if you're getting pinged regularly. Like,
It's the
Dial
thing is,
in.
it's hard to change like those things so quickly when like the refs pinging you. It's hard.
I think it stems to a bigger issue is are the refs even telling them what they're being pinged for? Like sometimes you hear them say inside,
yeah.
or laying in the ruck or whatever, but sometimes you don't hear it. So players are like still running back and getting pinged again.
Without knowing. Like
Yeah.
even for us, it will say ruck infringement. But what?
It's whatever. It's whatever. Like
No, but as in, is it
You
like,
make it up.
Is it is it hand on the ball? Is it lying in the ruck? Is it is it not a square marker? Like, what is the ruck infringement they're getting done for? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it helps inform the player more, but then the fans for more. But it'll also help inform players more when they go do their video. Like, okay, this is what we're constantly getting pinged for. Like, there's got to be a way to communicate that, because a lot of the times it's just like just see the hand up, like, bro, this is a wanker sign. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, but look, the possession. The thing is, the Knights were very poor. They're very poor in possession.
Yeah.
So the Warriors frustrated the Knights a lot, and you can see that, and that's when the penalties started to come out. They started putting shoulders in, and this is what the Warriors have done to all these teams, is that they've played so clinically that other teams don't know how to respond.
Yeah, it got real sloppy from the Knights. Like the Knights weren't in that game. Like after, I think it was Fletcher Hunt first sin bin. Just before half time, and then the game fell apart from there. Like they actually, like for the first set, I think they won the ball back real quick. And then after that, they gave up a try to, who was it? Ford or Halasima, one of those tries. And then it just fell apart. It just went backwards from there. Like they stopped completing. They stopped tackling. The Warriors were making 50, 60 meters on them. They were returning 20, 30 meters. And I think out of that game, they actually lose another forward like to a suspension.
Trey
I
Mooney,
think Trey Mooney's gone for 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Depending if he takes the plea. So they're gone from bad to worse, in my opinion.
See, the thing is, if you look at the time in possession, the Warriors had 29 minutes, 41 seconds in possession. The Knights had 23 minutes in possession.
They didn't touch the ball.
So 6.5 minutes less with the ball, which is huge.
That's active play, right? Like 5 or 6 minutes of active play, not even like
10 extra sets.
Yeah.
So 10 extra sets that the Warriors had over the Knights, and the Warriors completed at 87%, while the Knights completed at 63%. So
that's unacceptable to me.
I agree.
Yeah.
No. Anything under 75% for me is poor.
Like regardless of the pressure from your opposition, like you could be versing Penrith, right? Like Knights could have been up against Penrith.
Yeah.
Which this game would have felt like Penrith to them. There's no reason for you to lose. Like even if you get beat 20-0, there's no reason why you should be completing at 60%.
I agree. And look, I don't like. I'm looking at the Warriors players. I don't know if there was a bad player for the Warriors. Like Ali Leitawa, he's one I called. He's been great at centre for them. Leka started the centre. He was great. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is showing some scintillating form. If there's one person I think that hasn't been great for them, to be honest, it's actually Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. I think he's been way below in terms of form.
I think I said that in the preseason. I think they need to bring in someone else.
I think I think it'll be his last year at the Warriors. Look, I love Watene-Zelezniak. I just think he's a bit down on form, but he's a fan favorite, so I was like, you won't get rid of him. But like last year, he would run hard. You know, he was diving, scoring good tries.
But he also let in a try every single game.
That's a problem.
That's the thing. That's like the same sort of issue we have with Mark from Roosters.
Mark Nongantino.
It's like he can score a try,
but he's not as bad as Nongantino, I say.
No.
He's not.
But like he'll let in a try, maybe a try every second or third game. Mark will let in a try every single game.
Yeah. But look, it's a great performance. Jackson Ford has played 100 games. Good to see Barnett back. Look, and if Barnett stays playing the way he is, he'll make it back into the Blues team without a doubt.
100%. Good debut from Luke Hanson. I'm not sure if it was his debut. I'm pretty sure it was his debut. Great debut by Luke Hanson, to be honest. But I am keen to see Charles Nickel-Klukstad back. I am keen to see what's his name back? Metcalf back. Yeah.
I want to see how they play with those players back. I really, really hope Webster doesn't drop Tanner Boyd. I think it'll be very unfair.
I don't think he would. Based on the form that he's in now, like you can't.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you'd have to sack Andrew Webster as the coach if he does.
I think it would be a really poor move, and I think the team would suffer remarkably because it will affect
Yeah.
their psyche. Like, how do you drop someone who's literally
Playing
the
so
Form
well.
7 of the
Yeah.
competition?
Exactly.
All right, on to the Knights. I know we've been a little bit damning of the Knights,
Yeah.
but can I just say something?
Yeah.
They are a different team this year.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be. I remember sitting on this on this desk. And
What
saying,
was the call you made?
So
What was the call you made?
Don't even worry about that. I said if they make the 8, I'll buy a membership. They're not making the 8. Relax.
I reckon they might.
No chance. Sorry, Knights fans. No chance. Like, don't even get high on it. Not on the back of this rubbish performance. But what I did say is they are going to be firmly gripping like with 2 hands. They are going to be gripping that wooden spoon. But I can guarantee that won't happen anymore.
Nah, there's no way they'll win the spoon.
They are a much better team than I anticipated at the start of the season. Like Cowboys, Titans, Sea Eagles have infinitely more issues to worry about than the
100%.
Knights. Like the Knights actually care for each other.
Yeah.
But this game, they need to like
Forget about it.
F4 delete,
Yeah, 100%.
system recovery, whatever it is. just get it out of the memory bank because this was by far the worst performance of the week.
No, it wasn't.
The Roosters were. Sorry.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Tyson Gamble should never see first grade again.
Did he play?
Yeah. I know that both Ponga and Dillbags were injured, but Tyson Gamble should never, ever play first grade again.
See, for me, I agree with you. Like,
He was-
don't.
And Maju is as bad as Mark Nwanga Tinawase.
He could score tries, but he could definitely let them in for you.
Bro,
That's
I
what he
don't
could
like...
do. And Dom Young. He could score tries for you and he could let them in for you. But at least he's got height and he could jump. But overall, I thought this was, like, honestly, a 2 out of 10 performance. The first 30 minutes, it was kind of close. And then after then, it was error. It was penalty. It was error.
Yeah.
It was sin bin. It was error, penalty.
Yeah.
It was just, like, ridiculous. Like, I understand. And this is where I have issues with the 6 again is leading up to Fletcher Hunt's penalty, sin bin, sorry.
Yeah.
It was 6 again, third infringement off to the bin, right?
I thought it was really harsh.
It was extremely
I thought it was
harsh.
really harsh.
And who was refereeing?
Ginger pubes.
No, it was Liam Kennedy. It makes sense. Liam
Oh,
Kennedy has some
yeah, that's
questionable decision making.
He's got a shit haircut too. Look at his haircut, bro.
That's what it is. He's gone out and he's asked the hairdresser for that as well.
Fuck me up, fam.
The fact that you could go out and you have no idea what's happening, and Fletcher Hunt, before you know it, Fletcher Hunt's in the bin.
Yeah, it was. Look, the thing is, they were frustrated. They were ill-disciplined, but I don't think they deserve that sin bin when they did.
That's what I mean. We need more explanation from the refs as to what's
100%,
happening.
yeah.
And the warnings need to be clear. Stop the play. Stop. Like, a warning can't come on the fly as there are people running back to position.
My opinion is, like, just thinking about it now, if they get 2 6 agains in a row, there should be a clear explanation made as to why there's 6 agains are happening. Like, it can't just keep.
Or it's a black and white rule. Third 6 again, you're in the bin.
Oh yeah, I agree. That way there's consistency.
And we force the refs to scream out why they're being
Yeah,
picked.
I think
Name
that-
the player,
Yes.
why they were picked.
Yes, I agree.
But outside that, Knights were their own worst enemy. It was actually a tough watch. Like, if I was a Warriors fan, loved it. Absolutely
Yeah.
dominated the Knights. The Knights have a lot of work to do before they face the Dogs next week. Tyson Gamble, like you said, can't be the 5'8".
Who he will be though?
Maju can't be on the wing. Probably will be. Trey Mooney's not going to be there. So I think our forward packs are going to be evenly matched.
Can I just say though, I am spewing that we didn't sign Trey Mooney.
He went under the radar, man. There's a lot of teams that would have
Bro,
loved him.
Trey
I don't
Mooney-
know why he didn't end up at the Dogs.
Trey Mooney has had a cracker first 3 games. Like, even this game, Trey Mooney, bro, he's so solid.
He's fantastic. I absolutely love
No,
watching
like,
him.
physically, he's so
Yeah.
solid.
It runs hard, tackles hard.
He's such a
Questionable
good player.
tackle tech because no, he finds himself facing 2 weeks. But
I think
honestly, like, he's had a great debut at the Knights, and I think he's on the back of his runs, and especially in the first 2 games, they actually found some good momentum for their
I
back
agree.
line.
I agree. I'm just really impressed with him. I'm impressed with Dylan Lucas, Jermaine McEwen. I think he's been good. Bradman Best has had a very good start to the season. Fletcher Hunt has shown as ugly as his haircut is, he's a good player. Matt Crocker, I'm not a fan of. I don't think he should be starting over Tyson Frizzell, even though Frizzell had a horrible game. Horrible for being the leader, like the oldest head. Horrible game. Phoenix Crossland as well. I don't know. Like, I feel like when he had the pressure of Jaden Brayley behind him, he played better. But I feel like this year he hasn't been as good as he's needed to be. It was just a really unfortunate performance. Like, you're really harsh on them. I don't think they were as bad as you're making them out to be.
I think it was terrible.
I don't think so.
Because the things they could control, they didn't control, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Errors and just giving away penalties, like there's stuff they can control. I know penalties will naturally go up with fatigue in the game, but still, like, show a bit of grit.
Look, fair enough. Next week, the Warriors continue their run of luck with a Tigers team missing both Luai and Dwayhe. So they
60-0.
Yeah, they'll win comfortably. All right. That's all for the Warriors and Knights. We're going to get into the Dolphins and the Sharks. We have spoken a little bit about this, but I will talk a little bit more about just how shit the Sharks are. But first, I want to talk about the Dolphins. I feel like the Dolphins still are nowhere near hitting their straps. They did dominate the Sharks quite comfortably, but I don't think that the Dolphins are doing enough to make the top 8.
Yeah,
Is that a fair assessment?
No, I agree with you. I thought, like, really the points came on in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
or
they piled them on, yeah.
I thought defensively this game they improved on other games.
But also the Sharks didn't offer anything.
We could we'll talk about the Sharks. Like the Dolphins, I reckon 7 out of 10. Like they played decent. They got the win.
Really, 7 out of 10?
Yeah,
I was really not impressed with them, man.
Oh, I thought they did plenty. Like, I don't know if anyone gets up for the Sharks, to be honest.
No, but that's sort of my point. Like, they versed a really poor Sharks team and a great attacking team like the Dolphins.
See, the thing is, if you asked me the day before, would you say the Sharks, like...
I tipped the Sharks.
Team? Yeah, exactly, right? Like, we think the Sharks should be a top 4 team.
They should be.
Should definitely be a top 8 team. The Dolphins, thereabouts. Like, I know a lot of pundits had them, like, I don't know, like, the odds must have been good. Like, they wanted them top 4 or whatever. So I think this game isn't... If they dish out this week in, week out, they're not making the top 8.
I actually think I've already started to doubt whether they'll make the top 8. I think
the Dolphins?
Both.
No, so the Sharks, I think, will come good, like the Roosters. They'll come good, but if this is the stuff they dish out, oh my God, rip out my eyes. I'm never watching a Sharks game again. But on the Dolphins, I still think they can make the 8. Even, like, this performance is it, like, they hung in there. Like, the Sharks throwed whatever they could. They didn't throw much, but they threw what they could. And they still held them out. They kept them to 2 tries and then just piled on the points at the end.
Look, my problem with what the Dolphins are doing is that there are 10 better teams than the Dolphins at the moment.
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
I think if they're up against a better attacking side, they would have leaked points.
I think they would have lost, to be honest. If they were up against, like, even the Dogs.
Yeah.
Like, I know they pumped us last year when we didn't have our origin stars or whatever, but, like, still, I think the Dogs' defense will shut down a lot of what the Dolphins can do.
Some of those tries they let in, like the Sharks,
they're pathetic.
Like
the Avarilla one off there, like, got the ball and just ran. Like, bro, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
there's just no effort.
Yeah, it's like, and it was at home. Like, come on, bro. It was
Braden
at home.
Trindle's milestone game. Get up for your mate.
Nah, that was really poor. But Braden Trindle himself was poor. Like,
the whole team was poor.
I thought, look, I'll be honest with you. The one standout from the game was that pass by Isaiah Katoa to Jermaine Asako to score. What a pass! Plays that stood out for me. Look,
no one really stood
for
out
the Dolphins. I thought Tom Gilbert had a really good game. He stood out for me, definitely, as a prop. I think he stood out for me. Max Plath was disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought he was very sluggish, didn't play as good he could have played. They're definitely missing Jeremy Marshall-King.
Yeah. Farnworth had a crazy good first half and then went to sleep the second half. Like, he just disappeared in the second half.
Yeah.
Like, they attacked the line or attacked the Sharks really well in the first half. In the second half, And the Sharks showed a bit of resilience because they didn't leak 500 points in the first half. They decided to leak it in the second half. I think it was probably 3 tries a half, something like that.
I think it was 2 and 4.
They...
Oh, no, you're right. 3 and 3. Yeah, 3 and 3.
They just like a lot of work from Herbie Farnworth in the first half, and I thought the defense was better from the Sharks in the first half. And then the second half, it just got really sloppy, dropping off tackles, losing the ball, not doing anything.
But they didn't want to be there.
And just poor decision making, giving away penalty. What was Blake Brady? For as much as I love him, I think he's probably going to be next in line up for an Origin jersey. Why is he tripping? Like sticking out your foot from behind you. Come on, man. Just poor decision.
But the thing is, that's frustration though. That's
100%.
Him being the captain, being super frustrated, giving his absolute all, and then others are just not there.
But his team wasn't there to back up on those errors they gave away and the penalties they gave away. And that, for me, that's what's separating the good and the bad at the moment is the ability to defend your errors more than your attack and anything else. That's what it's going to come down to. So, for me, Dolphins, they did enough.
They did enough, 100%.
They're not as flashy as I thought they were going to be this year. Not just yet. But like most teams, they'll come into it. Yeah. But the Sharks...
It's actually
relegate them, get them out of the comp. Oh my God, so boring to watch.
Before we get into the Sharks, Selwyn Cobber had a good game.
He actually did. I'm actually really happy for Cobber.
Yeah, he played.
I hope he doesn't go back to Broncos.
I reckon he'll end up signing with Perth.
I hope he does.
Or the PNG Chiefs.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
I just hope he doesn't.
That was a standout for me. Hamiso's been meh this year.
He's been injecting himself when he feels like it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not sure if he's playing with an injury, but I feel like he's been very selective with where he injects himself.
Yeah. Look, overall, good win by the Dolphins. They needed it. They got it. On to the Sharks, man. I actually don't know. It's an attitude thing. It's absolutely an attitude thing. It has to be an attitude thing. It can't be anything else. How can you have such a stacked team and play so shit if it's not an attitude thing? Adam Fanua-Blake, take a guess how many meters he ran.
70?
91 meters. 91 meters for a bloke that's averaging last year about 190. Hines ran for more meters than Adam Fanua-Blake. Thomas Hazelton, 56 meters. Brent Nakora, 61 meters. Talakai, 68 meters. Rudolph, 88 meters. Oregon Kafusi, 44 meters. Teague Wilton, 31 meters. Literally nothing, bro.
You know, it's crazy. Thomas Hazelton, I thought not this year, definitely not this year. I think it was last year or the year before when I first paid attention to him. I thought he was good. But recently, over the course of the last year, I'm surprised he's still in the first grade team.
The thing
he plays the time it takes him to play the ball.
He's got the slowest play ball.
I would have made a coffee. It's at 4.5 seconds.
Yeah,
I could literally make a coffee.
It doesn't make sense how slow his play the ball actually is. Toby Rudolph's 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, just shoot back up.
Yeah,
shoot back up. And that's what you expect from your elite props. But there's no way you could have a guy running 10, 15 times or once a set or twice a set. Yeah. Slowing you down that much.
100%. No, I even it just, bro. But even their their centers, bro. Sione Katoa and Jesse Ramian have really slow play the ball. I just feel like Jesse Ramian's just wants to sign his next contract. He's sort of clocked off a little bit.
Yep, same with Katoa.
They're not in it. Their energy's they don't care. KL Iro is always trying. Sam Stone Street, as much as I dislike him, is always trying.
He is trying, yeah.
Always trying. But everyone, Braden Trindle and Nick Hines, what the
I'm actually enjoying Sharks fans because I'm happier with Burden and Galvin as my halves than spending $2 million on Braden Trindle and Nicholas Hines.
Look, I think the first person they need to let go is William Kennedy. As much as I think let him go.
Straight into the Blues camp, you mean?
Calm down. He wouldn't even be in my top 10 fullbacks.
Look, what I give William Kennedy is he plays with heart, and if I had to choose between him and Nico Hines, I'd honestly take William Kennedy.
Yeah.
And that's only because he plays with a lot more
I get where you're coming from, but I just think, like, I am, like, I don't care what anyone says, bro. I will die on this hill. Nick Hines, go back to fullback.
Yeah.
Braden Trindle, get yourselves a new 7
I agree
partner.
with that. Yeah.
Or go to 7 and get a 6. Like, they got rid of, what's his name? Atkinson. Bro, he's actually playing gun at 7 for the Dragons.
I don't know about gun,
But
but
he's
he's fulfilling. He's doing the job.
Bro, he might as well not have a 6. You know, the Dragons, they might as well not play with a 6. They might as well play with 12 players on the field. Like, that's the level of, like, quality that... Anyway, we'll get to the Dragons, but...
Yeah.
Like, the Sharks are pathetic. If they play one more game like that, I'm willing to write them off completely. I'm telling you, I'm willing to write them off. Like, this was at home, milestone game, against a Dolphins team that hasn't showed much grit, you know, that needed the win. They also needed the win after getting pumped, and they couldn't show the strength that they needed. And they're versing the Raiders in GIO Stadium.
Yeah, you expect more from, like, unfortunately, you expect more from the Sharks. The Dolphins, like, the scoreboard brushes over some of their issues.
Yeah.
I think, but with the Sharks, like, from going last week, losing 26-4 or 6 or whatever it was against Penrith, you expected a bit of a bounce back. Like, 100%. You could have put it down to Penrith brilliant.
Yeah.
It actually made Penrith look like they didn't even try.
Honestly, I don't think like, I thought the Sharks played a lot better last week than they did this week. Like,
you'd expect them to back it up, right?
Like, see this performance. You know how last week Manly's performance was, like, given, like, people were like, it's the worst performance I've ever seen. I actually think this performance was worse by the Sharks.
You know, I actually was messaging a few boys during this game. I was like, just like rip out my eyes. Like, I can't watch this.
It was a punish, bro. It was a chore.
It was so tough to watch. I could watch grass grow. I'm only doing it for the podcast, but I never want to watch a Sharks game. Unless the Bulldogs are playing in it. Even then, like, it's 50-50, or like I might be doing something in the background.
That was a 1 out of 10 performance by the Sharks.
Yeah,
Sorry,
horrible.
Sharks fans, but they need to pull up.
No, I just relegate them.
Yeah, I agree. Or move them to Adelaide.
Teams.
Move them to Adelaide. All right, Rabbitohs and Tigers. Look, I don't really have much to say about this game. I don't think the Rabbitohs were very good. I thought the Tigers' attack looked a little bit clunky.
Yeah, so, you know, the Tigers over here, for me, if Dewey's not there, they never win a game. Like, he's that important to this team. But they're just silly. Like, the first 10 minutes let them down. Like, a couple of errors and just didn't back themselves up.
Like, two tries in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
they just didn't defend their errors. After that, like, just some poor fifth tackle options. As much as I respect Dewey, and I think he's the man of that team, all respect to Luai and anyone else on that team. But there was some just poor fifth tackle options, like kicking on, like, third tackle, even when not under pressure yet, like still in the 30 or 40 or whatever it is, and just kicking early and hoping to get...
or hoping for an error,
Yeah, like, why not play the long game?
Let's talk about the Rabbitohs first.
Okay, let's talk about the Rabbitohs. Much better team.
As much as I think that, okay, good, they won or whatever, I think that the Rabbitohs are in a similar position to, I think, the Dolphins, in that this is not good enough.
Oh, nowhere near.
Honestly, it's not good enough.
Nowhere near.
Sure, Latrell's playing okay, Wyden's playing okay, Alex Johnson's going to break the record every week or whatever. Sure.
I think you have to give credit to the defense, though.
I'm getting... But hang on.
Right now, it sounds like you're crapping on them.
I am crapping on them because I think they... their attack isn't good enough with the strike weapons that they actually have. The fact that they're attacking the way they are, it's just not good enough. And teams will find them out. Good teams, like they found out by the Roosters, who aren't even a good team. So if they verse better teams, right, like the Raiders, like the Panthers, like the Bulldogs, like the Storm, they're going to get found out hard, in my opinion, right? So this isn't good enough. I know this is going to take them time to build into it. Like even David Fafita, I didn't think he had a great game. Had some couple of good moments, but overall his game was quiet. Didn't get involved as much.
Last 10 minutes he got involved. I thought the first 70 minutes was very quiet.
Yeah, like the one player I reckon who's been their best player all year so far is Jai Gray. What a freak, bro.
Yeah, like he's never going to be like your Billy Slaters or anything like that. 100%. But you know, he's like, for me, he's like the Rabbitohs version of what Connor Tracy is to
Yeah,
us.
I agree.
Like, he's going to be there in every play. He's probably like because he's got smaller legs. He probably doesn't run as fast, but he runs hard.
He's such a good player,
and he tackles with his body first. Like, there was a couple tries. They would have lost the game if he wasn't a fullback.
I agree. If Latrell Mitchell was a full, actually,
no, they would have lost the game because when he was out on his HIA, that's when they leaked the 2 tries.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 100%.
Jai Gray puts his body on the line, runs head first into every collision there is out there. He out jumped, and I think I messaged you this about Dream Bullock.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
Please,
it,
Bullock, stay away. Like, the laziest fullback will come to that. But he out jumped him.
Yeah, bro. And he's half the size.
He actually is physically.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Like, he saved at least 2 tries for me.
Yeah, 100%.
So the score could have easily been 28-20.
Bro, the Jarrell Skelton tackle he made when Jarrell Skelton was running like full pedal to the metal.
And it was like he jumped up, boom, and
he just stopped it. Like, look, I'll tell you, I thought Keaon Kolomatangi consistent as ever. Someone who hasn't been very good at all, unfortunately, is Cody Walker.
You had that first game, and
that was it, though.
Yeah,
that was it. Like, this game, he was really poor, really, really poor.
Never Sean Kepi.
Dogs should have signed him. I don't know why it's so funny. He's just such a crap player. Oh, man. Anyway, I thought, I think Cameron Murray's been good since he's back. Peter Mamazoulis has been good.
I like him.
Yeah, I do too. It makes me question, you've got Bronson Garlic, Peter Mamazoulis, where are you going to play Cheese?
Forward. Impact off the bench.
Or do you have the
lock?
Or do you have the cheese and garlic 9 interchange with garlic and cheese interchanging?
That's a good question, because you could play Cheese as a 13 because he moves still quick.
I hope they play him at 13.
I think that's where he's going to do it.
No, not as a 13 in place of Murray, but like as a utility off the bench, like prop utility off the bench.
Or if you need to give Cameron Murray a break, you don't need him playing 80 minutes. 100%. Like, preserve him. Like, he's coming on the back of 2 years of injuries.
Agreed.
But you could play him as a 13, like, coming off the bench. I'm not sure if he's an 80-minute hooker, but he could play pretty big minutes. So I'm not sure if you need to carry Bronson Garlic, although I highly rate him as an up-and-comer.
Honestly, he's been good for them.
So you could potentially carry him on the bench. But you'd only carry him if you're going to use him. So game plan dependent, whatever Wayne thinks. Yeah. But overall, I think I agree with you. Rabbitohs, still a long way to go if they want to make the 8 overall in the season. But it's like one of those wins you just need to get it done. You get to round 24, you're going to be like, I wish I won that game.
Yeah, 100%.
Similar to where the Dolphins were last year, I wish I'd won that game, when they went 0-4. Yeah. So it's good they got the win. And I think it's going to hurt the Tigers a bit more because it proved to be a costly loss.
Yeah. But look, it was like a gutsy win because they defended very well. Like, if you read the team stats, right?
They had like 20 tackles in a row. It was like ridiculous.
So actually, the Tigers had more possession. So Tigers had 54%, which 27 minutes and 43 seconds of possession, where the Tigers had 23 minutes and 52 seconds, which is big. The Tigers had better completion, 84% compared to the Rabbitohs, 75%. They had more run meters, more post-contact meters, the Tigers, that is. They had more tackle breaks, bigger average set distance, more kick return. So everything favoured the Tigers. Everything. But the Rabbitohs won because they showed a lot of grit and determination in defence, which for me...
It's a Wayne Bennett trait, isn't it?
I think it just got to... It's at that point in the season where they need to start building something, especially after that loss. And they were burnt by the loss. They could have won it for Alex Johnston, even though he broke the record. So, it was a win they had to have. Granted, the Tigers did lose Luai and Adam Doihi. So the Rabbitohs can count themselves lucky because I did think the Tigers were coming for them at the end until Luai got injured. But yeah, look, the Rabbitohs need to improve quite a bit. The Rabbitohs need to improve a lot, but I do see it coming. I genuinely feel like they will build very nicely into the season.
Yeah, I think they'll click eventually. I'm starting to second guess if they like, you know, that 7th, 8th, 9th spot.
That's where they'll
But
be.
this is heading in the right direction. If they can back this up and just keep the errors
100%.
a bit lower and complete their sets, they're going to be better positioned for that at the end of the year. It's a good win.
I hope they stay injury free, even though they still have quite a few injuries. So we'll see how they go. All right, on to the West Tigers. I want to say there's a reason why you don't throw young players into first grade too quickly, and Macassini is very, very good proof of that. It's good in attack. Unfortunately, his defense is not very good. Still, and look, it's not a knock on him. The guy's young.
Yeah.
So you could see that he needs to be a bit better. And as you said before, he needs to go back to New South Wales Cup and play his trade to have better defense. As you say, Adam Dwyer is the man for them in attack. Even though I thought Luai had some very good plays. You know, someone for me who I think has played well for the Tigers, Jock Madden. I'm joking.
2 weeks in a row and then 14 didn't play.
One person that shouldn't ever see first grade ever again for the Tigers is Tristan Hope. Well, like, I'm sorry, but he should never,
I was
ever
surprised he actually ran him out.
play first grade. Like, I would throw Jock Madden in there, or even Heath Mason over Tristan Hope. I don't get it. I don't think he should play first grade. I'm genuinely of that belief that he shouldn't play first grade. I think Taruva's been really good for them. Luke Laulili has been good too. Laulili. And then Tyrrell May, consistent. Whenua Bole hasn't been bad. I'm a big fan of their second row, Fainu, Kai Peace Paul, and their lock, to be honest, Alex Twal. Big fan. They've been great. Look, it fell away for them, I think, when Jerome Luai got injured. That's where it fell away for them.
Yeah, like they were coming home strong on the back of not defending their errors in the first 10, 15 minutes. Coming home strong, the way he was carrying it, Luai was carrying. Everyone was doing their job. Everyone's fulfilling their assignment. I thought they were lacking in some key effort areas, like some players. Like, even if the stat sheet says they did fantastic, like a Dream Buller.
Very slow.
Yeah, like, even if you played the ball quick and you had heaps of run meters, it was just like a key moment of the game. I just found that he was just off the mark by that second. Macassini, for like similar to your points, like he had some defensive errors that led in these points.
Shouldn't have like that Jack Wyden try in the 7th minute. They should never have scored that. It was way too easy.
Yeah, and they went there
way too
like,
easy,
back to back.
Yeah.
Right, like it was way too simple. Like he cleaned it up by the end of the game, but by then, like, you just have to defend those errors. And they're coming home strong. Luai went off. Like they're estimating a 4-week injury potentially. Like he's gone for scans today, I believe. So we'll know. Like by the time we do our preview, we'd know. But it was the Dewey injury that did it for me.
Yeah, but he only got injured in the 78th minute.
I reckon they would have clutched it. Like,
you reckon?
Every time he kicked the ball, they were forcing an error.
Nah, look, I'm with you. I think it did rule out any chance of them coming back. But overall, like, they had a lot of time on the Rabbitohs try line, and they didn't do anything with it.
So that's credit to the Rabbitohs, right? Like 20, 25 tackles in a row, and they just couldn't break through. They just couldn't break through. So credit to the Rabbitohs over there. Tigers kept throwing the same shape as well.
But I want to say something.
Yeah.
When Luai went off, I still thought the Tigers showed grit and determination. Because, like, in years gone by, when a main player for the Tigers goes off, they shit the bed and they're, like, letting 50 tries.
Yeah.
So, like, they only lost by 4 points. I think it's been a fairly decent start to their season compared to previous years.
Oh, it's a win already.
Honestly, I do think it's a success so far. I think Arpie's playing good, but I also think Arpie's starting to show his age.
He was pretty quick.
I still think Arpie's starting to show his age. The other one that for me is interesting is Tyrrell May's not playing 80 minutes.
Good. Doesn't need to.
Yeah, he does. Like, Alex Seyfarth played 15 minutes. Royce Hunt played 22 minutes. Like,
preserve him. Like, you get more impact out of him. I'd expect him just to go harder in those 60, 70 minutes that he plays as opposed to the 80 minutes. Like he's an elite forward in my opinion. Like, I'd expect him to run 150 meters in those 60. I know he didn't this game, so I'd expect him to just run harder. And I think that's something he'll evolve into, just learning how to manage those 60 minutes and the explosiveness that requires.
But I also think his game wasn't the forwards running big meters, like even Kolomatangi, who
None of the forwards.
It was just a style of game where it was like a war of attrition at times.
But you want to be able to give him the ball and you want him to smash through the line.
But that's not how he plays, though.
I know.
That's never how he plays.
I know.
Even at the Roosters, he was just a consistent forward. So, look,
if you're dropping his minutes, like he's got something to do with it.
True. Maybe you're right. Look, I do think that they missed Taylor May out there at centre. I think he would have made a big difference for them, especially when they played that shape.
Just some of that polish.
Yeah, because Maxini, you could see he's trying to force his way over as opposed to finessing his way, which shows.
He'll get there. Like, he's got a high ceiling.
But overall, look, it wasn't a bad game, and I don't think either team will be too disappointed. But they both need to lift, and it's only round 3, so they will. But they need to be a little bit better if they want to keep up or keep in touch with the top
100%.
8. All right, Eels and Dragons. We've been on for 3 hours, so we're gonna make this quick. Worst call of the season so far. That penalty try should never have been a penalty try. I think it was a joke that they gave it as a penalty try.
100%.
I thought the Eels were decent without being great. Like, I think that they're actually worse than they should be, or worse than they were at the end of last year. They're a lot worse.
I don't know about a lot worse, but I think they have gone backwards. But you know who's been shining for me? Tulvadi.
Oh, bro. Who did I call out? I called out Tulvadi.
Did you?
I said he's going to be stand-up player for them.
Don't have any recollection of that.
Screw you. Dog, who's Dibbo when you need him?
Moses has been absent.
Yeah, he's been average. Honestly, he really has been.
I don't know if it's because he's got some hookers that have their eyes painted on and not giving him the ball. Like, they don't know that they got one of the best 7s in the game, like right behind them or right to their left or right to their right. But I've been noticing that the ball's getting to him.
Talon De Silva. Okay, sorry.
Way too late. Like, the ball gets to him way too late sometimes. But it was a good win.
I also think sometimes he's standing way too deep. Like, have you even today? Yeah, did you notice how deep he was standing? Like, it's too he's not, because he's so good with his short passing game or he's not playing the short side. Play more short. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought it's one of those wins, man. Like we're saying about the Rabbitohs win. Like, you're gonna get to round 24 and you're like, oh, thankfully I won this game.
100%.
So it's a good win. Tulvadi is the one that stood out for me. Like, I don't care about any of the try scores, whatever the stat sheet says to me. Every time he took a run, he made an impact on the game. Whether it was a tackle or whether it was a run off the ball, he made an impact on the game.
175 meters in 40 odd minutes off the bench, 44 minutes off the bench, which for me was great. Jack Williams played 63 minutes, only made 93 meters. Baulo 106 meters. Jermaine Hopgood unfortunately did his ACL, which is very.
Is that
very
confirmed?
Yeah, by the Eels.
Samrani's gone off as well.
They think it might be an ACL too.
As well?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Samrani's. I think he's a great player and he's shown a lot of potential there at centre. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing for both players.
Well, that means Cherry's gone there.
Either there or to Melbourne. But look, I agree with you. Sam Tulvadi stood out. I'll tell you who needs to get dropped. Talon De Silva.
I don't know why he's carrying him.
How bad is he? Like,
I think he needs to just... I don't think he's a bad player. I think he just needs to sharpen his craft in reserve.
He's young, bro.
Where everyone goes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Their craft.
I think there was another strategic error by good old Rousey. He started Dylan Walker. He should not have started Dylan Walker.
I find his impact is off the bench, not in starting.
100%.
Every time he's come off the bench,
he's killed it.
Yeah,
he's killed it.
I get why he's dropped the Bellin, but I would have given him. I think this game would have fired him up. Like, I think there's an emotional side of it. I think that could have fired him up. You bring Dylan Walker.
I think, to be honest, he wanted to make. I think Rousey wanted to make a statement about ruthlessness, and I don't care if it's your ex team, if you're not. Because honestly, the Bellin has been dog shit. Dog shit the Bellin. Honestly, he's been
2 games.
2 games. He's been really bad. Like
is he going to drop Moses?
Moses is Moses though. Like
No,
for me is why hasn't he dropped what's his name, Talon De Silva, who's been
done nothing.
He's been no. It's not that he's done nothing. He's been noticeably poor. He's very slow at that half.
He scored this game.
Huh?
He scored this game.
But he was.
Yeah, I know.
He was shit, bro. He's so bad.
He shouldn't be taking up a bench spot.
No, he shouldn't.
Yeah,
he shouldn't
be
really
taking up a bench spot. Not until he's got some, like in my opinion and your opinion as well, to add value to the game. Like, why were you using a bench spot when I could be carrying another forward?
Yeah.
I could be carrying a different utility. I could be carrying a specialist half. I could be carrying someone else or something else. He's not adding any of that. And using like him and Riley Smith, they're both playing the exact same style.
But Riley Smith is working.
Last game, or was it the game before? They both didn't work.
No. That was when they got pumped by Melbourne.
Yeah.
They
both
worked
didn't
against the Broncos. I thought Riley Smith was excellent against the Broncos. I thought Riley Smith was so much better here. And you could see that the Eels attack was so much better when Talon De Silva was off. Anyway, look, it was a good win by the Eels. I thought that the Dragons were the better team in the first half, but the Dragons know how to shoot themselves in the foot.
Oh, the Dragons don't want to win the game. That game was there for...
They should have won this game.
100%. I tipped them thinking...
Let's talk about the Dragons. Go.
So, the Dragons won. That penalty try, absolute rubbish.
Dog shit.
Like, take it back to the bunker. Graham Ansley, give me a call. Rubbish. That was never a penalty try. In saying that, you expect more resilience from the Dragons. Like, they went on and they scored 2 fantastic tries to the softest defense I've ever seen in my life. Right under the post, embarrassing. And then that was Leilua stepping back on the inside, going under the post, embarrassing. And then you go back to Sua, short pass. It looked like the Bulldogs had scripted it. Galvin short pass into Preston, like straight through.
It was great.
Untouched.
It was great.
Fantastic. You got the lead. You cop a bit of adversity. You cop a sin bin with Ryan Couchman.
Have
Go to the bin.
tenacity.
What?
Have tenacity.
Have something.
Have
like, you
balls,
expect
bro.
more. They went for 7 minutes and defended their hearts out, and then they're like, you know what? Let's get Parramatta back in the game and not defend anymore. Like, let's just disappear. You know what? Here's the try line. Come score.
Yeah.
What's the point of defending? Just disappeared.
They didn't respect the ball.
They let in 2 tries. And then the second half, I was like by then, like, knowing the Dragons, you're like, yeah, they've checked out. Whatever. Even though the game's there still for the taking, they come out the second half. You expect Shane Flanagan to go into that locker room and tear him a new one and remind them, hey, defend your hearts out. Like, you guys are on top. You're only behind by 2 points or whatever it was at halftime. You win the field position. You go score again. You're back in the game. You're going to win the game.
100%.
They go out and they decide to drop the ball, play hot potato. Valentine Holmes had some shockers. He had some magnificent touches and then some shocking touches in the game. Kyle Flanagan, I don't know about the ball touching his shoulder, pec.
Oh, yeah.
That's 50-50, whatever.
But apparently, if
that was way too late in the game.
Yeah, like, but like, bro,
way too late in the game. Why drop the ball 500 times in the second half? Why not play a high completion game? Why not push up with your forwards?
Okay, we're talking about Talon De Silva taking up a bench spot. Why is Kyle Flanagan still in this team?
Greatest 5'8" to ever walk this earth. I don't know why he's in the game.
Carl Burden.
It's like, he shouldn't be in the team.
Honestly,
it's disrespectful to the rest of the squad.
Bro, you know what's crazy is last year they had Kyle Flanagan at 7 and he did nothing. Yeah, they've got Daniel Atkinson at 7 now. He's actually doing something, bro. He's actually killing it. Like, imagine he had a better 6 inside him who can actually direct him around, who can actually give him ball. Like, Flanagan had one good play this whole game, and that was the dummy and run where he almost scored. That was the only thing that Kyle Flanagan did this whole game. I don't want to shit on Flanagan, but bro, he just can't be there. He just should not be there. Like, and the problem is, like, I don't actually see how the Dragons fixed this problem. It's not just the Flanagan problem. Like, you look at these games there and you tell me, where did they lose it? Look, I don't get it.
They lost it.
Yeah, no, but where?
Everywhere.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like they did. Like, you know, for example, the Tigers, you could see, like, they need to fix their 5th play options. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the Dogs need to fix their attack on the 20-meter line. The Roosters are just dog shit. But like some teams, it's like we know what their problem is. You can to fix it. The Dragons, it's like, dude, how do you keep losing these games? Like for the Storm, bro, for 60 minutes, I thought they were the better team against the Storm, and they lost it. Because how are you losing these games? Dibbo has the best saying is like the Dragons are the dumbest team in the competition.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. But how did you lose this game? This was your game to win. You were better. You were the better team. Wallahi, I went into halftime thinking, I got my tip right.
Yeah, no, you're wrong.
And then they khru tahtun, bro. They shit in bed. Bro, it's like, I feel sorry for Dragon supporters. When we were shit, we knew we were shit.
Yeah.
Khalas, we knew we were shit. Yeah? Now we're good. We know we're better. The Dragons, because we don't know if they're shit or they're good. They're just like, they can, it's like they're two different teams in the same game.
You know, in that second half, they came out, they dropped the ball or gave up the ball like 6 or 7 times, right?
It was ridiculous, man.
Like seven errors and conceded 1 penalty. But when you look at the Eels, they didn't play much, like they played just as bad. They were just as pathetic.
100%.
Like they came out, they conceded 6 penalties and they dropped the ball, gave the ball up 4 or 5 times or so. The Dragons just never capitalized on opportunities. They had like something like 70% of territory.
What, in the game?
Territory. So
in the second half?
In the second half, they were in the opposition half 67% of their time with the ball. They were in opposition half 67% of the time. What was happening?
Yeah, I don't know.
What were you doing with the ball?
I don't know.
Like their 4th and 5th tackle options faded in the second half. I thought the first half was actually really...
Yeah, me too.
Like for most of it was really good until the sin bin. And I was like, they could come back from this. But the second half, they came out and they all actively made a group pact to not win the game. Like Shane Flanagan was right when they said they're not going to win the comp.
100%.
I probably know we don't have the team to win the comp. They all internalized that. They walked out and they're like, we don't want to win.
Look, the thing is as well is a lot of Dragons fans are actually really pissed off with what's his name? Gutherson. They think that he's been making some poor decisions when it comes to milking penalties and he just hasn't been...
I've noticed that. But he was like that
at the Eels.
He was like that at the Eels. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually impacting the Dragons now, like negatively.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, how do you reconcile this? You know what I mean?
To be honest, I think they've only noticed it because now he plays in their team. But because both of us have hated the Eels for the longest time, we've noticed it for the longest time. His arms spend more time up in the air rather than around the ball. Yeah, and around tackling.
Him and Moses. But Moses, have you noticed Moses isn't whinging as much anymore now that Gutherson's not there? Legitimately.
Moses still whinges a lot.
But not as much as he used to.
Whinges a lot. But you need your captain to be in the ref's ear to help control that
100%
narrative, but not as much as Gutho. Gutho has milked some and he's put his team in dumb positions. You don't want someone just running up to the ref constantly.
Yeah. A good thing is the Dragons are facing the Titans next week, so
Titans get a win.
Speaking of the Titans, we'll go on to the next match now, the final match of the round, Cowboys and Titans. Look, one of these teams is going to get the wooden spoon, I think.
Yeah, I feel for the Titans because like I expected them to improve slightly, and the whole joint needs to be blown up. Like I know Josh Hannay he doesn't have the roster he wants, right? Like Curtis Moran is probably like for me a standout. Like he plays with heart every week. Jaden Campbell, like he came in immediate impact
so much.
It's just like the Titans, like, and we'll get to the Cowboys. Like they've got deeper issues.
Actually, let's start with the Cowboys because they won.
Oh, they're just on the scoreboard, but. Still rubbish,
bro. That was
rubbish performance.
But it was a tough game to watch.
It was really boring. Like if you like tries being scored, yeah, fantastic. But there was no, in my opinion, defense wasn't good enough where it needs to be. Completion rate. This is probably the highest the Cowboys have completed in 18 months, but still was pretty poor. Just the quality of the output, I didn't like it. I'm not a big fan of. I'm still not. I think you're on the same thinking as me. I'm not a big fan of Dearden in the 7.
Not at all.
And taking charge of the team. I think it needs to be. And this is some part of the issue that we face at the Bulldogs, is that you need a structured 7, like get them at different points of the park and let Dearden run more freely.
No, I'm with you.
But their issue is that Purdue is apparently a good 6 as well. He came through as a 6 that's playing centre, but he's killing in the centre and.
They got Clifford there. I don't know, bro. Like they look. This game is like a stay of execution for Payton. But honestly, if you're a Cowboys fan, You should not be happy. You know why? They won by 10 points. But let me give you these stats, yeah? They had 60% possession, 31 minutes time in possession. Guess how many minutes in possession the Titans had?
25?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
They had the ball 11 minutes more. 11 minutes more. So they had 44... They completed 39 of 44 sets, bro. They had the ball for 11 more minutes. Hang on, that's not all. They had 1,965 run meters. The Titans had 1,368. That's a considerable amount more than the Titans, right? They had 44-meter average set distance to the Titans 31. Yeah? Do you know what that means? It means that they should have put 50 on the Titans, but they won by 10 points.
14 points.
What wasn't? Oh, sorry. 14 points.
Yeah, no, I'm just being...
But... that is not a good performance.
I think it speaks more to the Titans being able to defend the scramble well.
No way.
Or scramble better than they have. Like having the ball for 40% of possession and only walking away with 30 points conceded, you'd expect that 50.
But the Titans, like the Cowboys didn't put on this performance where like they were scoring tries like they should have been with the amount of possession that they had.
Defend.
But
like Titans weren't on the other side of the field too often.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
They scored. So the Cowboys, like, they're in the world of pain. I think, I don't think anyone's looking at this game in the Queensland, North Queensland Cowboys board looking at it and saying this proves that we need to keep Todd Payton.
Yeah, if anything, it shows like this guy's khara.
I hope he gets another job somewhere else, but like coaching the Cowboys is not it. No, I think he's lost that locker room. I think we're beyond that conversation. I think they're actually looking for another coach at the moment and just a matter of time. Like Purdue, I think actually Drinkwater actually turned around his performance.
Yeah, Drinkwater was their best player.
It's about time. Purdue had a few nice touches. Tulagi was there to finish like some really soft tries. Like literally just bumped some problem players for the Tigers, in my opinion, and just scored over them. So overall, like, what are you going to say, man? Like, they completed most of their sets. They conceded penalties like you'd expect the Cowboys to. They didn't have to defend too much. They controlled possession. They controlled the ball. They won the game. You'd expect, like, the Cowboys in the past to score 50, 60 on the Titans team that was starved of this much ball. But I think the Titans, it probably meant a lot to them, but they still couldn't get the job done. They're just not there.
Yeah, it's definitely like the Cowboys need to be fully aware that they are not going to get anywhere above 15th this year. There is no way.
Yeah. They could upset some teams. I think they could still get up for a game or two every now and then. No, I think they can.
Look, no one's an easy beat or like a guaranteed win, but you know that they're going to be firmly down the bottom with the Dragons, the Titans, and the Sea Eagles.
Yeah.
I think the Dragons have the best potential out of those bottom four to actually make their way back up. But like the Cowboys and the Titans, like they have a lot of improvement. Like, actually, hang on a second. It's not that they have a lot of improvement. They have so many problems. So, like, I'm going to tell you something right now. The worst performance by a prop I think I've ever seen was today by Mawaki Foraweka.
Game to remember.
He knocked the ball on, right, on the first hit up of the set twice.
Yeah.
Both times led to really easy penalties, tries. And he got pushed back every single time. Because he played 39 minutes. He took 9 runs for 68 meters. 12 of them were kick returns. And both times of those kick returns, he knocked the ball on.
Yeah. That's poor. That's like a 1 out of 10 performance, right? But you'd expect the team to defend. Like, you expect, like, you look at any of the top 8 teams, like, you can name any one of them, even this early in the season. What makes you a top 8 team, like, outside, like, having good structure and defense, blah, 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 all that fun stuff, is the ability to cop something that doesn't go your way, like an error, give away penalty, 100%. And then defend it for a set or two. Like, it is absolutely pathetic that on the kick return, you drop the ball 10 meters out from your line, scrum play, whatever, you can't defend 5 tackles. That early in the game as well. Like
and the thing is, they still have AJ Brimson at 6. Why? Why? Why are you doing this to your fans? Get rid of him. Move him to fullback. Keanu Kinney's not playing that well. Drop him. Make some tough decisions. AJ Primson needs to leave the Titans, bro.
What do you reckon Josh Hannay's play is over here?
There is no play. It's wait till the end of the year, right? And then start fucking moving people on. There is no play. What is he going to do? What's he going to do?
Because right now, I'd get rid of the whole team and rebuild from scratch, apart from a couple of players that actually play with a bit of heart.
Right, the only players I would keep, I'm not joking, the only players I would keep are Keanu Kinney, Tino, Curtis Morin, Beau Fermor,
Jaden Campbell,
and Cooper Bai. That's it. The other players can fuck off because it's just, bro, it's just not good enough. Like this, like I understand that they're rebuilding and I reckon they are going to get a lot better. But dude, your forwards were so clearly dominated. You need to show some grit.
Not even by a much bigger pack.
It's not a much bigger pack.
It's not that. It's just like the effort areas weren't there.
Unbelievable.
Complacency with the ball.
Bro.
Like, no respect for it.
No.
Like, wrap that ball up.
Yeah, bro.
Wrap it up. Like, you're paid pretty good money. I hope you are anyway. Like, just wrap up the ball. And you expect a bit more grit from a team that's rebuilding. Like, you want to start forming your identity. 100%. This was another reminder that they don't know where they're going.
I think Josh Hannay knows where he wants to take them, but he just can't do it right now. Like, it's going to take time. Like, Tino ran 87 meters. Like, come on. This is Tino.
Tino's been off the last few weeks, in my opinion.
Tino's spewing that he said he's going to stay.
He shouldn't have.
He shouldn't have made a decision. He should have waited.
Should have waited. Jumped out of that shithole, went to a better team, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, even, like, they dropped Lachlan Ilias for Jaden Campbell, which is the right move.
Yeah, it is. But AJ Brimson should have been the fullback, or he should have moved to 14.
It should be Campbell at 6, Ilias at 7. AJ Brimson needs to be at fullback or drop him.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says, bro.
Jaden Campbell's another 6 playing 7.
Yeah, 100% he is.
Well, he's a fullback playing 7.
But he's such a good player.
I love him.
He's
I actually wanted him at the Bulldogs.
Me too.
Yeah.
I would have been over backwards.
Yeah.
But
it is what it is, but I don't think the Titans are going to move past 16th.
No, look.
Well, how many teams is there? 17? Yeah, 16th to 17th. Like,
they'll be in the bottom 3.
It depends what coach gets sacked first. If it's Manly or Cowboys who wins the spoon, in my opinion. But they're definitely bottom. Like, this is like a spoon bowl.
Oh, this was 100%. Yeah. This was such a bad game. Like, but after half time, I walked away. I was like, do I really want to put myself through the second half?
It's the quality in it that done my head in. It was like 50 minutes of ball in play. Everyone was complaining about the Dogs game. It was 56 minutes or whatever it was. Right. This was like 50 minutes ball in play. And every time I looked away from the TV and looked back, someone had dropped the ball or there's a penalty conceded or there's a set restart. Like,
and even like, Halem Luki, who they re-signed, like the Cowboys re-signed on big money, he's not performing. Ruben Cotter has been so bad.
Halem Luki is returning from like 12 months out of the game. So I give him a bit of grace period. He had a couple good weeks where he had some good touches, nothing crazy. And he's shown that potential. But I don't think anyone wants to play for the Cowboys. I think it's beyond that. Like right now, Reed Money is like Serraldo is looking vindicated for that.
Yeah, well, he is. But it's not. It's it's not that they don't want to play for the Cowboys. They don't want to play for Payton.
Yeah, he's lost the locker room. Like they're just all done. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. There's no way out except by removing the coach at this point.
And they will eventually, I think.
Oh,
I think round 10. But it'll be too late for them.
Yeah, they could also hold off them to the end of the year. Like with the coach already.
If they want to avoid the spoon, I reckon, because you know what ends up happening? The last 5-6 rounds, the coach, like the Knights, the coach gives up, the players give up, they get pumped by 50, they end up winning the spoon. Yeah. So if they want the spoon, they stick with him. If they don't want to get the spoon, but even though they know they're going to come right down the bottom, do the right thing.
Yeah.
With that, anyway, it is very late. We've been recording for close to 3 hours. If you have made it all this way through, we do love having you guys. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Follow us on Instagram. We're going to be doing a lot of engagement stuff, as we were saying in the beginning. Thank you very much for making it this far. Look, tell us what you think of this new format where we're reviewing all the games. We're also going to be previewing all the games on Tuesdays. Then we're going to be going live. Let us know what you think down below. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will definitely catch you in the next one. Be sure to catch us live on Tuesday night. Look out for that, and we'll see you soon. Have a good night, and take care. See ya.